Present day. Present time.
Robbie and Rochelle in the morning.
From Press Communications, 107.1 The Boss and 99.7 WWZY Long Branch, WBHX Tuckerton.
107.1 The Boss.
About 7 o'clock, Robbie and Rochelle in the morning, 107.1 The Boss, where the 40th anniversary Zoo Reunion Spectacular commences next.
On the floors of Tokyo, down in London town's a go-go. With the record selection and the mirror's reflection, I'm dancing with myself. When there's no one else inside, in the crowd and lonely night. Well, I wait so long for my love vibration, and I'm dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. When there's nothing to lose and there's nothing to prove, but I'm dancing with myself. If I looked all over the world, and there's every type of girl, but you're empty, I see to pass me by. 'cause it'll give me time to think. If I have a chance, I'd ask a woman to dance, and I'll be dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. Well, there's nothing to lose, and there's nothing to prove, and I'm dancing with myself. Every type of girl, but your empty eyes seem to pass me by, leave me dancing with myself. So let's sing another drink, 'cause it'll give me time to think. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance, and I'll be dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance.
I'm Scott Shannon, professional radio disc jockey and head pronounsticator on the Z100 Morning Zoo. Ever since I was a baby DJ, I had a goal and a special dream: to work at the #1 radio station in America's #1 radio market. And on August the 2nd, 1983, that dream began to come true. It's 8 minutes after 6 a.m., August the 2nd, 1983. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, radio station WHTZ signs on the air. WHTZ is owned and operated by Malrite Communications and broadcast at a frequency of 100.3 megahertz. Signing on the air, this is WHTZ. Time to wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to take a trip into the past. We're going back to 1983, when a little baby radio station had nothing to lose. They signed it on a little bit after 6 a.m. on August the 2nd. Yeah, we know it's not August the 2nd, but we can celebrate if we want. My name is Scott. I am the DJ on duty. Proud to be here on 107.1 The Boss. Yeah. Rocking the Jersey Shore. We got a good crew this morning. I got my English leather on today. Of course, in celebration of the 80s. I don't have my members-only jacket, which is what I used to wear. I thought I was so cool. And the cool thing about it was, Ross, there was a members-only warehouse just down the street.
Right.
From Z100. And when we found that out, we went, holy crap, well, they find out we're down the street, maybe they'll give us a free members-only jacket. And I wound up with one of every color. Wow. The only problem is I couldn't figure out when the coolness of the members-only jacket, left us. So I actually had to wear it past the cool stage. Anyway, we're happy to be here on the Robbie and Rochelle show. I got my friend Ross Britton here, who is just about an original member.
Ross Britton, everybody. Yes. Thank you.
Ross, I'm thinking, was it 10 days after we signed on when I found you?
Yeah, because I wasn't there. I was working at ABC, and then I left, or they fired me.
The roof fell on your head, remember?
Yeah, right. And so I was available immediately.
I do. I remember that.
He was available immediately, and he thought he was going to do the afternoon show. So I said, "You got any headphones?" "Yeah, I got some headphones." So he came by, and I said, "You're going to do the morning show?" What? That's what you are, Ross. Well, I knew Ross from Atlanta. We were on at
the same time at different stations. I was at Win 97, and you were at Quixie.
There was one difference back then.
Yeah.
We had a lot of listeners. But you had a lot of potential.
Yeah, okay, that was it.
And I said, this guy could be really good. And he came over, and the rest is history. And it was the Z Morning Zoo. Well, because it was kind of weird, too, because I was getting just butchered in the local newspapers and all the other radio stations. They didn't seem too thrilled to have a new station on in New York.
George Maxson, right?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that guy?
He didn't like me. He didn't like Ross. He didn't like a toilet flush we had. Remember, we used to flush?
Yep.
What we did was we had people called in and say, well, you're a new listener? What station did you flush? And they would say, whatever station it was, and we'd give the big flush to them. Flush them down the crapper. And it worked out pretty well.
It worked out all right.
Pretty soon, the same guy in the Daily News, George Maxson, had to write a whole story about how we went to number one. And it was a humbling time to be able to do what happened. And when we first started out, nobody except the people in the building really believed that we could be successful. It was strange. Remember that, Ross?
Yeah.
People, they went, where are you working, Ross? Oh, I'm working in Secaucus. Oh, you're doing a Jersey show? No, not exactly. Because we used to say that, at that time, back in the 80s, people may not remember this, but the cabs in New York City wouldn't go to New Jersey.
No.
That's how that whole Madonna story, which I'll tell you later, she couldn't get over it. Cab wouldn't take her. She was not really the Madonna yet. She was just another kid trying to be a star. And she wanted to come by and get her. She thought, since the discos were playing her songs, she thought she should be on the radio.
Right. Sure.
And but that went down. But when we first started Z100, I think we had something like 22 employees. And these days, there's over 100 people connected with that radio station.
Oh.
Just that station, not the other stations over there. So we were a pretty tight family, if you recall, Ross.
Oh, yeah.
What were your thoughts when you came in the door over there and you saw what we were doing?
Well, when I went to Secaucus, That was a
He
trip in
spits it out.
itself.
You notice that? What the sequonkers?
But that must have, you were coming from WABC, working in the big building in New York City.
Yeah.
That must have been crazy, right? Go to the
Yeah.
Meadowlands?
And there was, you had to go in through the basement and then take the elevator up to one of the floors. Whereas, ABC and the whole thing had the network and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And this
You
was
had
just,
two receptionists.
yeah.
You used
And
to say that we don't even have a receptionist. I have two of them at WABC.
And it was such a small station that there was only one control room, and I don't think you'd finished the other production room yet.
No, but the funny thing about it is, when we first started, we only had one microphone, and our production director, God bless his soul, J.R. Nelson, would come in and he would help me with the show. It was just me and him before I found Ross, and he had a little a screw job, a mount, and the production room microphone could come off and go into the actual studio, and he would have to bring his own microphone to be on the show. Later, he lost that microphone because when Ross came, he couldn't record anything until Ross got off. Then he would take his microphone back in the other room. It was a portable. So anyway, it was a very special time. We'll go through some of the people who also were there. We'll talk to Claire this morning, who was a school teacher when we found her. The thing that I wanted to do, there were a lot of people who had been in radio in New York, and they weren't working, or they were a club jock, or everybody like KTU. And I used to get, we were working out of a hotel when we were planning the thing. What was that? The Hilton, the Meadowlands Hilton.
Yeah.
And we had a straw basket sitting on the counter where people checked in, and that's where people wanted to come and drop off a tape of their show. But most of the tapes I got were from nightclubs. They thought we were going to do a station like KTU. Oh, it's a new radio station. And they would drop off their air checks there. And they were good club jocks, but they weren't like trained radio people. Huh. And there were a lot of other, pretty good talent guys and ladies who were in New York, and they had experience. They thought, well, they're going to want me on there. But I didn't want the same old people. I wanted fresh voices that New York had never heard, except for Ross. We brought Ross.
Except for Ross.
Yeah.
I needed to have somebody that knew how to say the Bronx instead of the Queens.
And also play the
I've
drum
never lived
kit.
here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was multi-talented, folks.
And edit everything on the tape recorders.
It's pretty hard when you walk into a radio station these days to think about the same outfit that we had back then. We couldn't get anybody to sell the radio salesman. Remember that we had a weird bunch. Couldn't, because nobody wanted to. At that time, New York radio stations would frown down upon someone in New Jersey. That's the way it was.
Yeah.
Joe, I don't know that anything's changed. They still look down on us here in Jersey.
Yeah,
Don't
they
you feel
still
that
look
way?
down at Jersey all the time.
If Ross had any other job he could have gone to, he would have chosen that one instead of he
Appreciate
did not
that.
want to go to New Jersey.
Yeah.
He
See,
did not
caucus.
want to go.
Scott, in your movie, Worst to First, the story of Z100, I love the story that your wife Trish tells that you came from Tampa, Florida. They land at the airport and they're driving in the cab to the hotel and he sees the skyline out the window. He goes, holy crap, Trish, I'm going to be on the air in New York. And she goes, that's Newark, you idiot. I love that story.
That's a great story.
Welcome to Jersey.
That's a true story. That's honest to God. Well, what happened was we came in on a July 4th weekend, and you know what New York's like on July 4th. There's nobody around.
Yeah.
Anybody can get the hell out of town gets out. And so there were no rent-a-cars left. I got some piece of crap with the wheels wobbling. I'm going down. I'm driving in, and I'm doing my best to keep the car on the road. It was the only car they had left. And I'm looking at it, holy crap, look at that skyline. Oh, my God. I said, I don't know if I can do this. And I said, that's New York. I'll be broadcasting to that place. She said, no, you're not. That's not New York. That's New Jersey. That's Newark.
That's such a great story. I love it.
It really
Where's the other place at? She said, to your right.
Yeah. Do the right.
And then I almost passed out. For God's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny. It was a weird time. And radio was different then. Like the king of the whole dial was Don Imus on 66 WNBC.
Yeah.
And he had I think Jim Kerr was working somewhere. Was he at a country station?
No, he was at the Wimp. He was at PLJ.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Ooh, they didn't like me. Those people didn't like me much.
Was that the Larry Booger?
And poor Ross. See, he knew everybody in radio, and they would say, "Why is that new guy, saying those things about the other station?"
Yeah. Well, I worked at ABC, WABC,
right,
and then they switched format to talk, and WABC was twin station with WPLJ, which is where Jim Kerr was and everything, and so I knew everybody at both stations.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a weird position to be in, to go across the street to this brand new station with a guy named Scott Shannon.
Well, it was across the water, I think, not across the street. Yeah. Had to go to the swamp.
Well, people, they never, back then, it's weird because I heard I was from Florida, and they'd say, and people thought Florida was a city. And they go, do you know Juan Diego? And I said, where's Juan live? He said, he's in Florida. He lives in Florida, Miami, I think. I said, no, I was in Tampa. But a lot of people in New York thought it was like one big place, one city.
Whoops.
And they would say that. And it was very unusual because I never lived here and didn't know much about. I visited a couple of times because I used to work with KISS. And I had to come into the city, but I stayed in a hotel. That's a lot different from living here and driving around.
Sure.
And as years went by, and I really consider myself a New Yorker because after a while you fall in love with the place. You look at all the great things and the great people who live in New York City and the surrounding area who come to work. Many of them used to come to work in the city.
Yeah.
It's exactly 7:17. We're just getting going. This isn't going to be the whole deal, folks. I'm going to tell you some good stories, and we got a lot of clips from days gone by. We'll take a quick break and be right back on 107.1 The Boss.
Good evening, sir, and welcome to the David Lee Roth Diner. What are you going to be having for dinner tonight, sir? An excellent choice, sir. Now, would you like the Bozy Bop with that, sir?
Bozy Bop.
I see. It's the Bozy Bop. So that's one order of Hamala Babala Zebala Bobala Hamala Babala Zebala Bop with one order of Bozy Bop. Now, would you like anything to drink, sir?
Zitty Bop.
All right. Now, if you order the baked Bozy Bop, the Zitty Bop is only 79 cents. Would you be interested in changing your order now?
Bozy Bop. Zitty Bop.
All right, then, sir. That'll be one order of Hamala Babala Zebala Bobala Hamala Babala Zebala Bop with a side order of Bozy Bop and an extra large Zitty Bop. Ordering one burger, a fries, and a large soda. All right, sir. That'll be $3.85. Will that be to stay or to go? That's to go.
The David Lee Roth Diner for the best Hamala Babala Zebala Bobala Hamala Babala Zebala Bop you've ever tasted.
The Morning Zoo reunion is on.
Oh my God, I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I'm aroused.
107.1 The Boss.
Did you know around 90% of people have at least one impacted wisdom tooth? Did you also know most insurances cover impacted wisdom teeth? Don't put off treatment. Make an appointment with Dr. Kathy Banks, DMD, FACS, board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgeon. Dr. Banks treats patients of all ages and caters to your fears and concerns. You can relax knowing you'll receive the very best care, pain-free. Head to drbanksoms.com or make an appointment with Dr. Kathy Banks in Barnegat at 609-488-2325.
The summer sale is going on now at Nissan City in Springfield and Red Bank. Choose from a huge selection of the most in-demand Nissans with no extra fees ever. NJNissan.com. Family-owned and operated Nissan City in Springfield and Red Bank is better than other dealerships. Our owner tells us why.
We have no fees ever. We're transparent with our prices, efficient with our processes, and give you all the respect you deserve every time.
Visit NJNissan.com. NJNissan.com.
Get fast, reliable Xfinity Internet. And now, you can add a whole new way to watch the entertainment you love. Introducing Now TV, the best value in live TV and streaming. Just $20 a month. Get over 40 live channels. Plus, watch movies, shows, and live sports with Peacock Premium. A $5.99 a month value, included at no extra cost. Start watching thousands of hours of content in minutes. So, whether you're an action junkie, a sports buff, or a romance fanatic, you can stream all the entertainment you love, all on the network made for streaming. Now through September 21st, get the best value in live TV and streaming, all on the best network. Switch to Xfinity Internet for $25 a month for 12 months, and add Now TV with Peacock Premium included for just $20 a month. Call, click, or visit a store to switch today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Now TV requires Xfinity Internet. Internet equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service. Actual speeds vary.
Run the water in a new jet-powered Yamaha boat. From the most spacious 19-foot boats on the water to the most surfable jet boats in the wake category, Yamaha boats offer a best-in-class experience unlike anything else. And now get financing as low as 4.99% APR for 72 months on all new 2023 and prior model year Yamaha boats. But don't wait. Offer ends July 31st. See dealer or call 1-888-309-9664 for details about credit costs and terms. Visit Surf City Marina today, your authorized Yamaha dealer on Long Beach Island, or online at surfcitymarina.com.
The Eagles present The Long Goodbye, the final tour. Due to demand, second show added. With special guest, Steely Dan. Prudential Center, September 16th. And due to demand, second show added September 17th. Get tickets for the new date, Friday, July 28th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. The Eagles, The Long Goodbye, the final tour.
Scott Shannon is back.
For the extra large and turbocharged original Z Morning Zoo, Claire Stevens, Jonathan E. Bell, MTV guy Adam Curry, Coach Mike, sold by the number 100, Ross the Boss, Britain, and the Rammin' Jammin' Michael Scott Shannon, the always dapper radio rapper, the Joe and Boy, the Joy Toy, the Daddy of the Radio. We are on the air everywhere, broadcasting live around the world on the electrifying Mojo Funk Intercontinental Boogie the Rock and Roll Radio Network. And remember, if I'm lying, I'm dying. And Grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man.
This is the Morning Zoo Reunion Spectacular on 107.1 The Boss.
Claim you
You're locked in on 107.1, talking about the boss, rocking the Jersey Shore. It's the Z Morning Zoo reunion, but we still have nice things to win. Coming up at 7:40 this morning, a Mr. Leonard Brainbuster for tickets to see the Eagles in concert in September in Newark, right here on The Boss.
Shannon is back.
You're listening to Scott Shannon hippin' and hopping around the hippin' and hopping around the Z Morning Zoo.
This is the Morning Zoo Reunion Spectacular on 107.1 The Boss.
Wow. Bringing back some memories that I haven't thought about in a while. It is the 40th reunion, and it actually is next week. But we thought we'd do it on a Friday. A little more fun that way.
Yeah.
I'm Scott. We got Ross Britton here this morning.
Hi.
And we also have Claire Stevens, who was a member of the zoo early on. Morning, Claire.
Good morning, guys. Wow,
memories. Woo, the music and the stories. Oh my God.
Playing all the music that was popular during '83 and into '84. You know, it's funny. I was thinking about this. Back then, radio stations, morning shows, didn't do interviews with celebrities. They didn't come by the station. I don't know why it just wasn't the case. And I was thinking at that time, well, with the opportunity of being in a great city like New York, there's plenty of people who live here, number one. There's plenty of people who come here to perform. Number two, why don't we put them on the radio? Well, that was a good idea, but it wasn't practical because these people, they came to see New York. They didn't come to see Secaucus. So it was a little bit of it took a while for us to get some people to take a trip over to Secaucus, because that's like, to a lot of people, that's like going to Boston or from the city. Or,
Midwest somewhere.
And I was in my office kind of complaining, I can't get anybody to come to Secaucus. I can't get a guest. And there was a little guy who worked, he was an intern at that time at the radio station. And he said, Mr. Shannon, I can get you a guest. And I said, you can? What was it? I got to think of his name.
William Brown Staney.
William. And I said, well, who do you know? He said, I could get Tony Orlando on the show. And I said, well, how do you know Tony Orlando? This is a shy kid, right? How do you know Tony Orlando? He said, because I volunteer for the MD Telethon, and I know him. He likes me. And I said, okay. So I'm going like this. All right, kid, good. Give me Tony Orlando. And sure enough, here comes Tony Orlando to Secaucus. He was our very first guest. Now, Claire, you had a lot of favorites, including Neil Diamond when he came by.
Oh, I had a good time because I got to do an in-store appearance with him. And then we had lunch afterwards. And it was very special. And I loved Rod Stewart, and who else do I especially love? Oh, James Brown.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy came by. He was great.
Yeah. Hall & Oates.
James Brown did a great job. Farrah Fawcett checked in. We had
Cher
Stallone. Cher. I knew Cher a long time. She's so, I don't know, she comes off very tough and very mean, and then once you get past that, she's okay. I think she was in a good mood the day we had her. And Elton John, he came by a couple of times.
Yep.
That's
remember the day, Ross, remember the day that Wham came by?
Wham, yes.
George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. I just watched that. Have you seen that documentary yet?
No, yet.
It's awesome. Yeah. It's not about George Michael. It's about the group Wham and how they started and got so big in England. And it begins with those two guys meeting in school. And it was kind of surprising to see the input and how responsible Andrew Ridgeley was for that band getting off the road, getting off the ground. Yeah. And they didn't go into the George Michael solo years, but that was good. And Steve Perry, Sting came by. It was kind of fun, though.
Didn't Madonna come by, too?
Well, we never had her. Well, we had her on the air, but we had her on the air from Times Square. Remember that?
Right.
Oh, right. Right. And, of course, John Bon Jovi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, John came by a lot. And we were like a second home for Duran Duran. We couldn't get rid of them.
And we had Journey also.
Yeah. I had a couple of rough nights with those guys in the city. Ooh, they ran too hard for me. One night, I remember I was being pushed in a grocery cart down the street until the police officer saw us. Remember little Andy in that group? That was fun. Well, Claire, thank you so much for checking in this morning. Nice to hear your voice.
Oh, this has been great, fellas. And happy 40th anniversary.
Thank you, Claire. It is 7:39 minutes away. We're going to be a little bit late with this. We got a Mr. Leonard Brainbuster for you. I guess I could do it. I guess I could do it right now.
Yeah, by the way, Scott, I should mention, Mr. Leonard, if he's not sicker than a dog today, should be checking in about an hour or so live.
Obviously, you don't know him as well as we know him.
I'm sorry.
We do have. Give me a drum roll or something here. We got a good one for you, Ross.
Right.
I think Ross will understand. He'll understand this.
Hang on, I got the drum roll. You ready?
Okay.
Got a drum roll.
We got a professional operation here.
Ross didn't bring his today. We have tickets to see the Eagles in concert at the Prue Center in Newark. It's going to be in September, so you got time to pack and get ready to go and all that. But back in the day, Mr. Leonard very rarely came to work.
Right.
But when he did one day, he had his own personal parking place. Somebody else was parked in his spot, and he went bonkers. Remember that day, Ross?
Oh, yeah.
Who was parked in his slot? First correct answer gets tickets to see the Eagles in concert. Here's the number for you.
732-774-4444. You know it. 732-774-4444.
It's the 40th anniversary of the Z Morning Zoo on 107.1 The Boss.
I remember when rock was new, and we didn't have a morning zoo. Scott and Ross were not around. I had to listen to the geeks and their goofy sounds. Now I didn't know just where to go, till I found my favorite morning show. While the wimps are wondering what to do, I keep hopping and bopping to the Z Morning Zoo.
Scott and Ross are on with Robbie and Rochelle.
I remember when rock was new, and we didn't have a morning zoo. Scott and Ross were not around. I had to listen to the geeks and their goofy sounds. Now I didn't know just where to go, till I found my favorite morning show. While the wimps are wondering what to do, I keep hopping and bopping to the Z Morning Zoo.
It's the Morning Zoo Reunion.
107.1 The Boss.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fits. Putting on the Ritz. Dress up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their midst. Putting on the Ritz. Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air? High hats and arrow collars, white spats and lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fits. Putting on the Ritz. Dress up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their midst. Putting on the Ritz. You don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz.
Cakes at the Ritz.
Dining wine, but not till noon. The time is right for us tonight. We can move to the rhythm. We can move, dance to the rhythm. Nice and easy. Putting it on the R-I-T-Z. How about you and me, says
Morning, 107.1 The Boss.
Hi.
Hi, do you have an answer for us?
Hulk Hogan.
Is it Hulk Hogan, Ross?
God.
Yes, it is Hulk Hogan.
Oh, my God. First caller.
Look at that.
Wow. I can't believe it.
Who is it? I bet I know him.
What's your name?
Jill.
Jill, say hi to Scott Shannon and Ross Britton.
Scott Shannon, I love you so much. I'm so excited to be winning this while you're on. This is awesome.
What's your name?
Jill.
Jill? All right, Jill.
Jill Wilson.
Jill, where are you calling us from this morning?
Red Bank.
Beautiful. You want to let them know who is the Z Morning Zoo radio station?
Oh, 107.1 The Boss.
Isn't that weird how that worked out?
Yeah.
Love it.
Scott and Ross are on with Robbie and Rochelle.
It's 6 o'clock and the sun comes up and the zoo is on the air. So grab your clothes and blow your nose. Put on clean underwear. With Scott and Ross, Professor Bell, Claire and Coach Mike too. Gonna start your day the New York way on the Z Morning Zoo. So get out of bed and move your butt and kick it in high gear. You're moving on, crank the volume up so everyone can hear. Lock it in, rip off the knobs, you know what to do. Stand up proud and say it loud, Z Morning Zoo.
It's the Morning Zoo reunion.
107.1 The Boss.
It happens next Tuesday, the 40th anniversary. That is the second, right?
Yes.
I thought it was. So we're doing it just a little bit premature. Did you just have did I just catch a glimpse of a radio DJ floating around in there?
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you might remember him, the bleacher creature on the nighttime feature. Ladies and gentlemen, Kid Kelly in the house.
Wow. No, Z Morning Zoo in the house. Happy 40th.
Yeah.
Come on.
He just happened to be in the neighborhood and stopped by.
How is everybody in this room so alert at this time?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, your sister lives in East Brunswick, and Scott, he heard all the news about the reunion. He said, listen, I'm in town. Can I come? I said, listen, as long as Scott's okay with it, you do whatever you want. So here he is.
No, I don't want him in there.
He doesn't even want me in his new home state. He doesn't.
We are neighbors down in Florida.
I keep trying. Wait, is this on the air?
Yeah, you're good. You're live.
I keep trying to invite Scott because I know I believe he's a big golfer.
Yeah.
And I live on a golf course. Most of Florida is on a golf course, but the one I live in is allegedly a nice one.
Yeah.
So I keep calling because I hear people, 3-4 different people no, and said, I got to call that Kid Kelly guy. It's my Scott imitation. Oh, God.
Yeah, he does that. He thinks he sounds just like me. Don't tell him, will you?
So I'm like, so I call because Robbie had mentioned, a few other people have mentioned, Scott's trying to get in touch with you. I'll be like, okay, well, it wasn't for Scott. Arguably, they wouldn't have been a Kid Kelly. So I'm like, sure, let me call. So I call, and he doesn't return my phone call.
No, I did return your
then
phone
I
call.
hear somebody else saying, still, like, well, Scott's looking for you. So somebody else says it. I'm like,
No,
call.
he did
So I
chat.
call him again. No call.
He's very hyper, Scott. You want me to hose him down for you?
Calm him down just a little bit.
Yeah.
By the way, thanks to Jill from Red Bank. She's going to go see the Eagles. And I don't know if you mentioned this or not, but we lost one of the original Eagles this week.
Yeah.
Randy Meisner, who had that high voice.
Yeah.
Just a wonderful, wonderful guy and a great bass player. Passed away. What was he? 77, I believe.
77, correct.
You know, as we go back to the original Z100, it was kind of funny because it started out just as a little tiny radio station hiding in a corner in New Jersey, Secaucus, and we had that ID from the top of the Empire State Building, and that would infuriate one particular program director over at WPLJ,
Larry Booger.
because you're not really in New York. You're in Secaucus. They wanted to publicize that because they thought it would be a big negative, but it turns out nobody gave a rat's ass where we were broadcasting from. So he even reported me to the FCC because we had our legal ID, and it would go WHEZ North New York.
Yeah.
So we kind of buried the legal ID. And instead, you heard the top of the hour from the top of the Empire State Building.
Well, that's where the transmitter was, so why not?
Yeah, we were actually transmitting from the top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
And we had it was like a family back then. Our manager was Dean Thacker. He ran that little zoo of a radio station. He came from Cleveland to here, and was the great thing about it is they left us alone. Usually the home office wants to be involved, and they want, no, we don't need all that. We got this, don't you worry. And that's how it went. You know, that's what you do. You hire people that are qualified, and you leave them alone to do the job. And it worked out just fine. We had a great sales manager, Gary Fisher, who's now, lives in different places, but he has a bunch of radio stations he owns, and he runs them in AC.
Yeah.
And then you had the original crew. Kenny Lane was our promotion director. Michael Ellis and Frankie Blue handled the music. And our chief engineer, who was a big, big part of things, Frank Foti, him and I were attached at the hip because the Z100 had a special sound. It had I don't know, there's just something special about the way it blasted off the dial, and that was thanks to Frank Foti. And then you had our DJs, the Morning Zoo, and Hollywood Hamilton was there, Shadow Steel, Jack the Whack. You remember all those goofy names we had.
Jacketa Waggeta.
My favorite was Janet from Another Planet. That's a great name you don't forget. Now, a minute ago when we did that Mr. Leonard Brainbuster, Jill knew that Mr. Leonard was upset because someone had parked in his reserved parking spot in Secaucus. And this is how that went down.
Now, does anyone remember the day professional wrestler Hulk Hogan stopped by the zoo?
Yeah, and he parked his car in Mr. Leonard's parking space?
I'm calling downstairs from the payphone, and I am madder than that now.
What's the matter? Are the elevators out again?
No, the elevators are not again.
What is the problem? Come on.
Some idiot, someone with the unmitigated gauze, some pencil-neck geek is parked in my parking space.
Someone's parked in your private parking space?
Can't they read? It says Mr. Leonard, Leonard. I'm going to snap the spine of that son of a gun who parked in my spot. I'm going to hit him upside the head so hard, his pea brain will be rolling around his head for a week. Boy, I'm just going to, you might just kind of call the police already. Go ahead and call an ambulance now.
Wait a minute. We could just have it towed, Mr. Leonard. What kind of car is it?
Let me see. Hold on.
Take a look.
It's a Cadillac, a red 85.
A red 85 Cadillac
Yeah.
parked in your parking place, and you're going to wait downstairs till they come out to get the car and beat them to death.
You better call the ambulance now, Scott.
Hulk, what kind of car you got, man?
Well, you know, man, I've been sitting here just taking all this gaga in from that little old limp-wristed Mr. Leonard, you know, and I wanted to tell the dude in person I wasn't going to admit that it was my ride out there, you know.
Yeah, you were
I was hoping that he would come upstairs here, but as far as Mr. Leonard, he don't even have enough credentials to drive a car. You know, the dude talks about a parking spot, man. He don't have no parking spot out there. He couldn't even afford to hire DC Cab to bring him over here. And you know what? I'm going to come down there for that Mr. Leonard, and they're going to not only need an ambulance, they're going to need a double-decker structure, because when I snap him in half, they're going to put his shoulders and head on
Mr.
the top
Leonard,
of the
I think I
structure.
found out whose car that is.
That's right, it's my car.
Mr. Leonard?
What a joke. I knew it was your car, Hawk. I knew all the time.
Oh, Mr. Leonard, that little girlish little laugh you got on there, you know, you probably got Roddy Piper's skirt on downstairs hiding in the phone booth because, you know, there ain't nobody home upstairs in your brain, and I'm sure there ain't nothing downstairs under that skirt.
Mr. Leonard, I think Hulk's coming down to move the car and speak with you about it, so don't move.
Well, you think you're mad now. Wait till you find out I let out the air out of your tires.
No! Scott and Ross are on with Robbie and Rochelle.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another exciting edition of The Young and the Wimpy. When we last left our story, little Larry Boogar, program director of WIMP Radio, was busy filling in for the vacationing court reporter at the Manhattan Criminal Courts Building.
This certainly is be exciting for the Larry Booger, being in a real court of law here, being the court reporter for the WIMP.
It's the Morning Zoo Reunion.
107.1 The Boss.
Hey, it's Ryan from Rescue Rolls. Don't miss us at Monmouth Park, the Italian Festival in Wine Case, July 29th and 30th. We will be serving our gourmet famous egg rolls and more. See you there.
Gotta go to Freehold.
I'm Gina Murata from our family-owned and operated Freehold Ford. Get huge fireworks of savings right now at Freehold Ford. Leases start launching at just $298 a month on a 23 Explorer for 24 months with 70/68 down. Our pricing is dazzling and low financing is sparkling. It's our huge fireworks of savings event. Only at Freehold Ford on Route 9 South. Call 800-411-FORD or go to freeholdford.com.
Freehold Ford.
Lease with zero security deposit. Add tax. Tag. $4.99 doc and MV fees. Offer subject to primary lender approval. See dealer for details. Ends 7/31/23.
Right now at McDonald's, mix and match two of your breakfast favorites for $6. Choose the sausage McMuffin with egg or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles and more.
Do you remember about 9 years back when there was a bunch of flooding in North Jersey? Damaged a lot of houses and ruined even more HVAC units. In 5 houses in the flood zone, all neighbors bought new systems from me. So we installed them, they're happy, all good. Until they predicted another storm to come in, just days after we finished installation. Well, I thought the right thing to do was to offer to uninstall the units and store them away in safety till the storm passed. Then I'd reinstall everything, no charge. Because when you buy a system from Service Professionals, we take your trust in us seriously. I take that seriously. Our goal is for you to be delighted you chose us. Well, the homeowners took us up on the offer, and we uninstalled their systems. Fortunately, the predicting flood never happened, but we still came through for our customers. And in my book, that's what counts, and that's what you can always count on from
ServiceProfessionals.com. Opioid overdose is a serious crisis, but with naloxone, there is hope. Whether it's prescription painkillers or illicit drugs, naloxone can be the difference between life and death. With just a simple nasal spray, this easy-to-use medication can quickly stop an overdose in its tracks. Naloxone is free, anonymous, does not require a prescription, and can be obtained by anyone 14 or older. Visit stopoverdoses.nj.gov to learn how you can get naloxone at a participating pharmacy. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Hi, we're Robbie and Rochelle in the morning from the 107.1 The Boss Studios, powered by Jenkinson's Boardwalk.
Celebrating 95 years of family and fun.
From Press Communications, 107.1 The Boss, and 99.7 WWZY Long Branch, WBHX Tuckerton.
107.1 The Boss.
The Morning Zoo reunion is on.
Oh my God, I'm shocked, I'm surprised, I'm aroused.
107.1 The Boss.
Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. And there's a cold and lonely light that shines from you. You wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool could never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know while I'm still standing, you just fade away. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once I never could have hoped to win. You're starting down the road and leaving me again. The threats you made were meant to cut me down. And if my love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. No, I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Weekend Blast-Off Spectacular. Rammin' Jammin' Michael Scott Shannon with my friend Ross the Boss Britton and the entire Big Show crew. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. And grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. It's a short version.
Looking at you. Oh.
Z100 Hot Rockin' Flame Throwing 7th Birthday Blowout Spectacular. For the extra large and turbocharged original Z Morning Zoo, Claire Stevens, Jonathan E. Bell, MTV guy Adam Curry, Coach Mike, sold by the number 100, Ross the Moss Britain, and the Rammin' Jammin' Michael Scott Channel, the always dapper radio rap with the Joe and Boy, the Joy Tour, the Daddy of the Radio. We are on the air everywhere, broadcasting live around the world on the electrifying Mojo Funk Intercontinental Boogie, the Rock and Roll Radio Network. And remember, if I'm lying, I'm dying. And grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and
Mona Lisa was a man.
It's the Morning Zoo 40th Anniversary Reunion Spectacular.
Hi, this is Steve Perry of Journey, and I want my Morning Zoo. Morning Zoo, there's no radio like you.
Scott and Ross are on with Robbie and Rochelle on 107.1 The Boss.
You know, I was just listening to myself. And if I tried to do that now, I think I would blow a gasket. Something would break in my body. My voice was higher too back then, wasn't it? Good
Just
Lord.
a little.
It is the 107.1 The Boss Rock and Roll Radio Reunion. Got together quite a good cast this morning. And by the way, I mentioned our chief engineer, Frank Foti, who I dearly love. I just got a note from him. He's listening to us in Cleveland, Ohio.
Wow.
There's a radio junkies all around the country, I guess, involved. I heard some other people that are checking in this morning, including our friend Art Bolo, who's got he's a radio's best friend.
Yes, he is. He found us here. We couldn't stop him.
We talked to Claire earlier, and now I want you to meet one of the main members of the Morning Zoo. After everyone else was gone, after there was no sign of life whatsoever of the original zoo crew, this guy managed to survive like a cockroach at the end of the world. I'm talking about Jonathan B. Bell.
Good morning, Scott. Great to be on with you. You know, I'm the former star of the Z100 Morning Show, so I'm happy to be here with you.
You know, it's funny because the story goes like this. When we first took over this frequency, there were some guys working there, and they were playing music from the 40s and, 30s and all that. And unfortunately, we weren't able to keep them on. They didn't match the sound that we were looking for. And it was up to Dean Thacker, who was our manager at the time, to inform them that their services were not needed. And one of those guys happened to be Jonathan B. Bell. And, we had a certain sound that we wanted. And Jonathan B. Bell at that time didn't sound like the rest of what we had going on at the station, let's put it that way. And so I was talking to him, and I said, would you mind hanging around for a while? Kind of walk me through what's going on around New Jersey and New York and Connecticut, because he knew everything. And that was in the very beginning. People thought, they said, sure you want to keep that guy around here? He's not a young guy. I said, well, you know what? I like him. I think he had something to the show. And sure enough, he lasted about 30 years. We were all gone.
You guys are long left.
Tell the truth. You thought you were going to get canned that day.
Oh, absolutely. I was sending out resumes and tapes every single day. It was a race between whether you were going to fire me before I quit.
Well, you had to have a job first before you quit, John.
Well, there weren't any job opportunities coming my way at that time.
Well, there's something about your personality and the warmth and the way you present a story on the air that was, people just loved you. You were a major part of that show, my friend, and it was so great to work with you all those years.
Well, I appreciate hearing that, especially from this guy.
Tell me some of the memories. Give me something that you remember, a turning point or just something weird, if it's a screw up or whatever, that took place while you were a part of the Morning Zoo.
Oh, that's an easy one. Because you remember there was a guy named George Maxfield.
Oh, yeah.
He was a reporter covering the radio stations in New York at the time. And he said
didn't like
he
me
hoped that
or
Scott
you.
Shannon had a round-trip ticket back to Tampa. And I thought, there's no way this show is going to succeed. It can't work. Can't work. It's not New York stuff. But one day I was at a little restaurant, and I was sitting there having some lunch, and a group of women sitting at a table nearby were laughing and joking and talking about there's a great radio show they were hearing over on Z100. And I thought, you know what, maybe I ought to go suck up to this guy a little bit. We might have a show going.
Maybe we had a shot.
Yeah, it looked like maybe there was a shot.
You know, it's funny. You go back to the early days of this project, as I call it, and at that time, I was not married to my current wife. I was not married to any wife. and Trish, at that time, had worked in Tampa for Hyatt Regency, the Hyatt hotel chain, and she was now working in the city over Grand Central. Remember that the Grand Hyatt there, and on a weekend she was the on duty. So one of the salespeople had to be on duty, to give somebody the weekend off. So I was staying in the hotel, and we'd only been on the air about 10 or 15 days. And I went down. I woke up early, and I came down to the lobby, and I was walking around the town there, looking up at the skyscrapers like a tourist. And I walked in this store, the electronic store that used to be in the bottom of the skyscraper there. And I'm standing there and just looking at the radio. Remember, they had all those boom boxes back then. And they had a big row of boom boxes behind the counter. And I'm sitting there, and I'm not sitting there, I'm walking around just looking at the different, the Walkman and all these things. I had on my members-only jacket and everything looking. And all of a sudden, from behind the counter, I heard, from the top of the Empire State Building. And I turned around, and every one of those boom boxes behind that counter had Z100 on. Every one of them. There's about 20 radios. I started crying. I had tears in my eyes. I couldn't believe it. I'm in New York. I'm not in Livingston. I'm not in Connecticut. I'm right in the heart of New York City, and they're listening to my radio station. I said, well, maybe we got something here. And that was the beginning of what happened, and you were a big part of it, John.
Well, I appreciate that, Scott. It was a lot of fun. I remember walking around the streets in New York and seeing people hanging sheets out the window of their offices saying Z100 from worst to first.
During that time, I guess we were a little bit aggressive with our comedy and with our comments. Wouldn't you agree, Ross? Ross was
little aggressive.
Ross was the voice of reason, and many times we actually listened to him.
Yeah.
And there was a fella, God bless his soul, he has now left the planet, but he worked at the other station, the competitor radio station, WPLJ, which we renamed the Wimp, because I said, I was coming to New York and I wanted to hear the great PLJ. It's a rock station and they're great. And then you turn them on and they were playing Michael Jackson. I said, well, what happened to Aerosmith, and all the other rock bands that are so big? Now they're trying to play our music. And the program director, a guy named Larry Berger, who was eventually known as Larry Booger, and Ross had written several episodes of The Young and the Wimpy, which was a soap opera story about this radio station, right, Ross?
Yeah.
And occasionally I'd go over we would be writing, and I said, why don't you say this? Oh, we can't say that, Scott. That won't work. That's not very nice. I said, just go ahead and stick it in there. Let's see what happens. So this was the one I think that Ross felt uncomfortable with. I think this is
possibly
this is the episode of The Young and the Wimpy that might have gone over the line.
Nope, I got the right one. Here we go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, For another exciting edition of The Young and the Wimpy. When we last left our story, little Larry Booger, program director of WIMP Radio, was busy filling in for the vacationing court reporter at the Manhattan Criminal Courts Building.
This certainly is being exciting for the Larry Booger, being in a real court of law here, being the court reporter for the WIMP Wimpy Radio 95. Let me get a little seat here for the court to start.
All rise. First case. Please, ma'am. You look a little pregnant there. What's the problem?
Yes, my husband is away on military duty for the last 7 months, and I'm pregnant.
If your husband's been away, how in the world did you get pregnant?
Well, Your Honor, my house is haunted. A ghost did it.
You mean to tell me that you had sexual relations with a ghost and he made you pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor, that's right. You've got it.
I find that extremely preposterous and what's more difficult to believe. As a matter of fact, is there anyone in this entire courtroom that's ever had sex with a ghost?
No, not me. Hold on a minute, I have. How about me, the Larry Booger? I've done that same thing.
You've had sex with a ghost?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Well, approach the bench, sir. Now, where did this happen?
It happened behind the WIMP radio station where I work at.
Now, wait a minute here, young lad. You mean to tell me you were behind the radio station and you had sex with a ghost?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I thought you said a goat.
Tune in next time for another edition of The Young and the Wimpy, when we hear Larry Booger say,
I thought it was a pretty good-looking goat.
Case dismissed.
Yeah, that might have pushed the envelope just a little bit, Mr. Bell. Yeah, some of those things. I remember they had the diving horses at the New Jersey State Fair. They would jump. They had the horses, and I think they eventually had to stop it. They had Larry Booger riding one of the horses down into the pool. John, thank you so much for being a part of it. How many years did you wind up working at Z100?
Almost 30. I think exactly was 28 and a half years.
I made it to 6. For 30 years. And I tell you what, even when Elvis came on board, he kept you around. The kids loved John Bell because he could communicate with just about anybody. Thank you so much for your service, John. We appreciate it, buddy.
No problem, Scott.
Can I just say something?
One of the best periods of my life working with professionals like you and Ross and Mr. Leonard and Claire and all the rest of the group. Great experience.
Ross?
Yes.
You said you had something.
No, I was going to say, Scott, I don't mean to jump into this, but John, if you wouldn't mind my saying, I got there way after you guys in 2001, the very end of 2001. And so John has been there a long time at that point. And I want to just tell you, I'm doing overnights. I'm 19 years old. And he stopped in the studio, he gave you a pat on the back. Hey, you sound great. Where are you from? That's the kind of human being Professor Jonathan B. Bell is. Even at that, he's a legend already. He's just a kind, really wonderful guy. And people should know that, John.
Well, Ross, you know what? You are unbelievable. You made me believe every word you just said.
No, that wasn't Ross. That was me, Robbie. Ross hates you.
Yeah. Ross can't stand you. He tried to get me to can you.
And we're back.
Thank you, John. Good job, buddy.
Bye, John.
It is. I think I got 8:16. What time is it?
It's 8:20. 8:20.
Check your clocks.
Yeah, reset that. Not to jump in again, but Scott, if you want, we can try and give away some free money here. We got that celebrity thing to do.
What do you got? We got
$125 in the cash jackpot if you want to try and play.
How much?
$125 in the cash jackpot.
Let's do it.
Hang on. You didn't warn me about this. I got to go get the voice.
You made the suggestion.
I know. All right. Well, yeah. Here it comes.
Secret celebrity number 4.
What a badass gangsty.
That's it.
Who is that?
Well, that's the idea. Someone has to call and tell us who the secret celebrity is. Looking for caller number 10. If you correctly identify the celebrity, you win the money. 732-774-4444.
You are listening to a special reunion of the original Z Morning Zoo coming up on the 40th anniversary next week, and it's happening right here on the Boss 107.1.
It's the Morning Zoo 40th Anniversary Reunion Spectacular. and Ross are on with Robbie and Rochelle on 107.1 The Boss.
Landscapers, John Guire Supply's Red Max Summer Blowout Sale is in full swing. Get 20% off all handheld Red Max products, including hedge trimmers, edgers, blowers, and much more until the end of July. Red Max tools are designed with longevity in mind. Remember, at John Guire Supply, they are more than just your rock guys. Explore more on Guire.com. Upgrade your summer toolkit today. Open 6 days a week with 3 locations. John Guire in Waretown, Long Branch, and Shrewsbury.
How are you making memories this summer? At Jenkinson's Boardwalk, they've been making family memories for 95 years. Cool off at the beach, discover at the aquarium, dine by the ocean, and get a thrill on the rides. Enjoy fireworks every Thursday night at dark throughout the summer, weather and wind permitting. Jenkinson's Boardwalk in Point Pleasant, the premier destination at the Jersey Shore and your one-stop shop for family memories. For events and summer specials, visit Jenkinsons.com for everything happening this summer. That's Jenkinsons.com.
Strive for more with an Infinity Pro Plus checking account from MaJeSTiK Bank. Earn a high yield and max rewards just for being you. You'll be rewarded just for doing the everyday things you like to do. Infinity Pro Plus has no monthly maintenance fees and no minimum balance. Plus, you'll get all of their digital tools like mobile wallet, card link, Zelle, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and more. Be rewarded for banking like a pro with Infinity Pro Plus. Learn more at MaJeSTiK.bank and open your account today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Moms. Now's the perfect time to take the kids to Casino Pier on Breakwater Beach in Seaside Heights. It's an amazing place along the ocean with rides and slides, adventure golf, go-karts, yummy food and games, the sights, sounds, and smells that just say summer. Cool off in the water park, then go to the pier, which lights up the night sky. Find details and deals at CasinoPierNJ.com. Come on, moms, have fun with your kids. We grow up fast.
Hey, it's me, Ruthie, from Total Wine & More. You know how stores have been raising their prices lately? Well, lean into your speaker a little closer because I've got a big secret to share. Total Wine is actually lowering our prices on hundreds of wines. I know, right? And even better, our new lower prices on hundreds of wines are here to stay. But listen, don't thank me. At Total Wine, we love helping our customers save big. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Scott Shannon is back.
You're listening to Scott Shannon hippin' and hopping around the Z Morning Zoo.
This is the Morning Zoo Reunion Spectacular on 107.1 The Boss.
Listen, boy, I don't wanna see you let a good thing slip away. You know I don't like watching anybody make the same mistakes I made. She's a real nice girl and she's always there for you. But a nice girl wouldn't tell you what you should do. Oh, listen, boy, I'm sure that you think you got it all under control. You don't want somebody telling you the way to stay in someone's soul. You're a big boy now and you'll never let her go. But that's just the kind of thing she ought to know. Tell her about it. Tell her everything you feel. Give her every reason to accept that you're for real. Tell her about it. Tell her all your crazy dreams. Let her know you need her. Let her know how much she means. Listen, boy, it's not automatically a certain guarantee. To ensure yourself, you got to provide communication constantly. When you love someone, you're always insecure. reassure. Tell her about it, let her know how much you care. When she can't be with you, tell her you wish you were there. Tell her about it every day before you leave. Pay her some attention, give her something to believe. 'Cause now and then she'll get to worrying, just because you have been spoken for so long. And though you may not have done anything, will that be a consolation when she's gone? Listen, boy, it's good information from a man who's made mistakes. Just a word or two that she gets from you could be the difference that it makes. She's a trusting soul, she's put her trust in you. You know she put her trust. But a girl like that won't tell you what you should do. Tell her about it, tell her everything you feel. Give her every reason to accept that you're for real. Tell her about it, tell her all your crazy dreams. Let her know you need her, let her know how much you mean. Tell her about it, tell her how you feel right now. Just tell her about it. The girl don't want to wait too long. You gotta tell her about it. Tell her now and you won't go wrong. You gotta tell her about it. Before it gets too late, you got to tell her about it. You know the girl don't want to wait too long.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Zoo Reunion Spectacular on 107.1 The Boss.
Secret celebrity number 4.
What a badass gangsty.
All right, we're going to go to line 2. You know what's funny is one time on Z100, when I got to work there, I was pretending I was Kid Kelly answering the phone. So now I'm going to have Kid Kelly pretend to be me to answer the phone. This is like full circle career.
Oh, my gosh.
So you can say, hey, it's the boss. Here you go.
I think you're frozen. Robbie's frozen.
It's the boss, Raji, Robbie, and Rochelle, and Scott, and Ross speaking.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, you know, we're okay. You know who the secret celebrity is?
George Clooney.
It is not George Clooney. We get a guess for George Clooney, and every time we play this, it's not George Clooney. The cash jackpot is now up to $150. Yeah. You can play again with Michelle after 10 if you can get through. Nice job.
Hey, get yourself an iMess Buster. Yes, an iMess Buster. It fits right in your dashboard. Z100 has the iMess Buster. Yes, the iMess Buster. No more static anymore. Plug it in and turn it on. How can anyone go wrong? It's so easy, it's so neat. The iMess Buster's even cheap.
A Z100 special arrangement with AudioBox Electronics. You just plug in your antenna into this little baby micro FM converter the size of a cigarette package, plug the converter into your radio, and presto, instant FM radio. It's so easy, even a whip can do it. The iMess Buster, just $10 plus $2 for postage and handling, or stop by and pick one up from Big Al Electronics in Long Island for just $10.
Plug it in and turn it on. How can anyone go wrong? It's so easy, it's so neat. The iMess Buster's even cheap. Say, get yourself an iMess Buster. Yes, an iMess Buster. It fits right in your dashboard. Z100 has the iMess Buster. Yes, the iMess Buster. No more static anymore. Hey!
It is a blast from the past. It's the 107.1 The Boss Zoo Reunion. 40 years ago, back in 1983, we signed on Z100, and so much happened after that. Now, a lot of people thought it was going to be a big flop. I got to be honest with you. There were times when I was a little bit. When we first signed on, we didn't have the full signal. We had the little baby transmitter. What was that, about 2 weeks, Ross? We had that?
Because I wasn't there when the first sign-on took place. I came like 8 days later.
You know, the other problem we had was because of the fact we were based in New Jersey, we couldn't get the regular phone lines that everybody else had in the city.
Yep.
The 800 contest lines. And we used to blow out. We were threatened to be sued by the telephone company because we blew out all these different exchanges in New Jersey. So finally, they put some kind of telepathic or something line across the river, and we got the regular phone lines that they have now at Z100. But it was kind of crazy. Back then we blow. Every so often we have a contest or just would open the phone lines and all of a sudden thousands of people were without phone service. And that was a little bit of a problem.
Just a little.
A little bit.
Now, I realize that we were supposed to have Mr. Leonard with us this morning, but for some reason, is your door locked?
No, we're waiting for him if he wants to stop by. Russ, has he been around?
No, he isn't.
Have we seen Mr. Leonard?
I haven't seen him, no.
You know, some things never change. I warned you.
Hang on.
Trust that.
Is that the phone line?
Yeah, hang on a second. I got a line coming through, Scott. Should we go to this?
Hello, Morning Zoo.
Hello, Scott.
Oh, my God. Sakes.
Hold on. Drop the
What do you mean? What happened?
Huh?
Are you all right?
Yeah, no, just barely. I'm sorry, I'm not there yet. The plane crashed. We didn't exactly crash. We had a flat tire.
Your plane crashed or you had a flat? Which is it?
Yeah,
Did your plane crash or did you have a flat?
Well, we had a flat plane. Not sure.
Wow.
But I'm on my way. And by the way, Hulk Hogan, you played the Hulk Hogan thing, right?
Yeah, we played the whole story about you and Hulk Hogan.
Well, I know he was messing with me. I was just playing along for, show business stuff.
So you actually knew that he parked in your place?
No. Yeah. It was like a prank that you see on the YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Of course you knew.
Scott, you know that you and Ross have a special place in my heart. So that's why I'm hurrying to get there. Because I don't know how long we all have.
Not too much longer.
We only have a few more minutes, Mr. Leonard.
Okay, well, I'm not used to listening to you on this frequency. I'm used to the other three.
The other three stations I worked on, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. But you know we're getting old. When I go to the Spicy Cantina in Seaside Heights and I see these ladies at curbside in their beautiful bikinis, I'm staring at their food.
Yum.
There's no doubt about it. Time is flying, Mr. Leonard.
Well, I'm thinking, Lord, what I could do to that chalupa.
Hey-o.
Okay.
All right.
So
I'll send Robbie down. Robbie's going to meet you in front of the studio.
Now, wait a minute. Why do I have to do it?
Well, he likes you.
And we'll send Kermit out there. He can handle it.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I got to go. I'm on a urine softener. The ducks got me on that, so I got to go.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Leonard.
Bye, Mr. Leonard. Oh, my God.
Hasn't changed a bit,
Not even for a second.
Yeah.
Still a mess. No doubt about it.
That's
Still
right.
a mess. Coming up, more of the best of the zoo as we do our rock and roll zoo reunion on 107.1 The Boss.
Delta, why can't your pilots learn to fly? Mid-air misses do not make for friendly skies. You landed on the wrong runway, missed the airport the other day. All the passengers, thank God that they're alive.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for flying Delta Airlines. We're presently cruising at an altitude of 35,000 feet. Whoa! Our captain has just shut off the main engines, so we'll be plunging to 5,000 feet, at which time we will be losing lunch in the main cabin. If you look out your windows, you'll notice below us there's a Continental Airlines jumbo jet, which we will miss by mere inches. Our flight time to Chicago is exactly 2 hours, but that doesn't matter either since we'll be landing in Atlanta, and incidentally, on the wrong runway. Delta is proud to be the new official airline of Walt Disney World. So when you think Mickey Mouse, think Delta. On behalf of Captain Goofy and the crew, have a pleasant flight.
Scott Shannon is back.
For the extra large and turbocharged original Z Morning Zoo, Claire Stevens, Jonathan E. Bell, MTV guy Adam Curry, Coach Mike, sold by the number 100, Ross the Boss Britain, and the Rammin' Jammin' Michael Scott Shannon, the always dapper radio rap with the Joe and Boy, the Joy Tour, the Daddy of the Radio. We are on the air everywhere, broadcasting live around the world on the electrifying Mojo Funk Intercontinental Boogie the Rock and Roll Radio Network. And remember, if I'm lying, I'm dying. And grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man.
This is the Morning Zoo Reunion Spectacular on 107.1 The Boss.
First, when there's nothing but a slow glowing dream that your fear seems to hide deep inside your mind. All alone I have cried silent tears full of pride in a world made of steel, made of stone. Where I hear the music, close my eyes, feel the rhythm, wrap around, take a hold of my heart. What a feeling, feels believing. I can't have it all now, I'm dancing for my life. Take your passion and make it happen. It just come alive, you can dance right through your life. I hear the music, close my eyes, I am rhythm. In a flash, it takes hold of my heart. What a feeling, feels believing. I can't have it all now, I'm dancing for my life. Take your passion and make it happen. It just come alive, now I'm dancing through my life. What a feeling. What a feeling, feels believing. It just come alive, you can dance right through your life. What a feeling, what a feeling. I can have it all, have it
Good evening, sir, and welcome to the David Lee Roth Diner. What are you going to be having for dinner tonight, sir? An excellent choice, sir. Now, would you like the Bozy Bop with that, sir?
Bozy Bop.
Ah, I see. It's the Bozy Bop. So that's one order of Hamala Babala Zebula Bobala, Hamala Babala Zebula Bop with one order of Bozy Bop. Now, would you like anything to drink, sir?
Zitty Bop.
All right. Now, if you order the Baked Bozy Bop, the Zitty Bop is only 79 cents. Would you be interested in changing your order now? All right then, sir. That'll be one order of Hamala Babala Zebula Bobala, Hamala Babala Zebula Bop with a side order of Bozy Bozy Bop and an extra large Ziti Bop. Ordering one burger, a fries, and a large soda. All right, sir. That'll be $3.85. Will that be to stay or to go? That's to go.
The David Lee Roth Diner for the best Hamala Babala Zebula Bobala, Hamala Babala Zebula Bop you've ever tasted.
Robbie and Rochelle in the morning. 107.1 The Boss. Well, there's a show that's been on my mind all the time. Studio. Whoa. Ross and Gary sure are insane, but I know our love is just the same. Studio.
Amazing. The official 40th anniversary reunion is on 107.1 The Boss, covering the Jersey Shore and America today. You know, we had so many of these little parody songs and skits featuring people like Mr. Leonard, featuring people like Michael Jackson, I should say. And the guy who handled all the voices was a fella who was going to dental school, and he sent me a tape. He just sent me a tape of him doing different impressions, and I called him on a Sunday afternoon, and he answered the phone. It was this guy, Dr. Dave Colin.
Hey.
One, Dave.
Good morning. I can't believe it's 40 years.
40 years, my friend. Amazing.
Yep.
Now, what were you doing the day that I called you? It was a Sunday. I was watching football, watching the Giants, and I listened to these tapes, and I said, this guy's pretty good. Let me call him.
Well, it's so funny that you set me up that way. I was a dentist at the time. I was in postgraduate training.
You're cutting out. You're cutting out on you. Move your phone around.
Hey,
move your phone around.
Dave, you're cutting out a little bit. Move your phone, big guy. Move the phone a little bit.
Moving the phone. All right.
There we go. There we go.
I'm still feeding back. That's what I'm saying. I'm hearing myself as an echo. But all right. I was talking to my patients and doing goofy voices in the clinic, and they said, you should listen to this radio station and send in a tape of your stuff. And I said, nah, that's ridiculous. And I did tape. I made a tape. I never sent it in. My wife sent it in to Scott, just as a goof. And he calls me up, and I had no idea that I had that she'd done that. And he said, "Wait a minute, let me get this straight. You're a dentist, and you want to be on the radio. And you're doing these goofy voices." And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I got nobody else really here doing anything like that. I think I'm going to hire you because I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard." And that's how it started. And he said, "Ross Britton's working here. He'll teach you how to be stupid." Because I had to shave 100 points off of his IQ to work here.
Ross, I'm not sure that's true.
And he did. And I started to come into the radio station after the dental clinic. And in the morning, I would be treating my patients. And in between patients, I'd run to a phone booth and call in as characters. And they used to come to the station and start singing jingles. And so the rest is history. I was 20, now I'm 60. That's just hard to even conceptualize.
I'm amazed that you can do math like that. That is
20
great.
Plus 40.
Ross, did I say that to you?
Yes, you did. In fact, I would come in the morning and do the show, and then stay after to meet with Dave at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon and work till 6.
Yikes!
And that was my day during the week.
Did I really try to get you to downgrade your IQ?
Well, you tried, but it didn't always work.
Yeah. Well,
it worked when we got together.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you, I remember when we did this skit. Remember when the We Are the World album was out? And they had the picture of all the people. And there was like a cut down the middle. They took 2 photographs and put them together. and we had this professor call in, and he swore that Michael Jackson was Michael and his sister. And because they were pictured on both sides of this album cover. And we had this professor on, and he was talking about, oh, yeah, if you listen to this song, they actually admit it during one of these songs. And we went through there and actually did all the different clues that Michael Jackson, what did we say it was, Reby?
Yeah.
Was it Reby?
Reby Jackson, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember...
I don't know. The stuff that we did was ridiculous. It was, and I remember Scott told me, he said, "Hey, I know you're a dentist, but I'll pay you $25 to come in and meet with Ross." And I couldn't believe that actually somebody would pay me anything to do what it is that we were doing. So I agreed to it, and then I practiced for about a week, and then I left and I started to work for Scott in the morning zoo. And my first wife left, of course, because she left me because she had married a dentist, and then she was married to some guy doing the zoo. And for $25 a week.
She was married to a dentist, and then all of a sudden she's married to a guy doing Bozy Bop. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so, and I remember my father asked me the same thing because I was supposed to go into practice with him, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I went, Hamala Babala Zebala Bobala Hamala Babala Zebala Bop with a side order of Bozy Bop.
And then I remember we used to have Michael Jackson call in like twice a week. And remember when his brother used to say, Michael, let me on with Scott. Give me a little bit of the brother, Michael. Dave.
I don't remember any of that stuff, Scott.
Dr. Dave Colin, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Dr. Dave.
Good job, man. He's afraid he's going to get broke.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
They're going to cancel him.
You don't want to do Michael? Do a little Michael. Come on.
No, don't you try that.
Oh, sorry.
Don't you do that.
I was trying to move the bit along. I'm sorry.
Coming up, we'll talk to one of the DJs, Shadow Steel, one of the top DJs in the country back then. We had a guy from Dallas who used to do our radio jingles named John Wolford, and it was called Jam Productions. And when we did, the little jingles that go Z100, and we actually had different DJs who worked for us over the years, and he would do the DJ jingle. And in the business of radio, you really haven't made it until you get your own DJ jingle.
Right. It says your name and then has the station
call letters,
after.
Yeah. And that's when you made it. I remember the first time I ever got one. I went, "Holy cow! I can't believe it." I played it every out of every record, Super Shan, that kind of thing. But this is a jingle of all the DJs who worked at Z100.
Hang on, I'm going to play something first. Check this out, Scott.
Ross Britton.
Hey.
107.1 The Boss.
Look at that.
He's made it.
Now, let's go to Z100.
Yeah, here it is.
Now, look at this. Mr. Leonard has a camcorder.
There's Scott Shannon on the air.
Little footage, huh, buddy?
In the background, Wade.
Someone just called in, and they were talking about the original ZJs. When we first signed on the air, we talked about Dr. Christopher Reed. And it's funny because in our business, well, let's put it this way. You should rent. Don't buy. And we went through quite we couldn't even get disc jockeys to work for us in the beginning. That's why William Brownstein used to push the buttons. Anita Bonita was a part of the staff. Oh, yes.
Right.
And JR used to have to come in and work on Saturday mornings. He hated that. He did that Segway Serenade program he was so fond of. We let him open the mic about 3 times. I said, JR, just go ahead and just put the records back to back. That'll be okay. And we had, Jack the Whack. Right. Who did Hollywood.
Hollywood
was here.
Was Stevie Brooks overnight?
Stevie Brooks.
Was she?
What a talent she was here. And Shannon from Another Planet.
That's right.
No, she was
later.
She came later on. Christopher Reed in middays. Diane Pryor. She was great. Pryor, yeah. She was fantastic until she met Steve Kingston. And went all downhill from there. Whoops. What birthday party was that that happened?
That was about 3 years ago. Yeah.
She loves him.
She went to the birthday party with a big smile on her face.
And left without a job.
Z100 WHTZ.
So cold, Bell.
Cat Simon. Christopher Reed. Z100, K.R. Nelson. Z100, Weather. Hollywood, Hamilton. Hopkins, Pure Commercial, Z100. Skinny Bobby, rocking at the speed of light. Z100. The Shadow. Here's what's happening at Z100. Shannon and the Murph. Good morning, Z100.
Shannon and the Murph.
Z-Morning Zoo.
Shannon and the Murph.
Z100.
Wake up with Shannon and the Murph.
Jack from another planet.
Steve Miller.
Diane Bryant.
The Fox that rocks.
Mr. Lennon. The New York City weather.
The Jammer.
Spanky McFarland.
Spanky McFarland.
Z100. Happy birthday, America, from Z100. Scott and Ross. Susan Lee Taylor. Matthew Allen.
Magic Matt.
Jack the Wagon. Jojo Morales. With 10 songs in a row. Joe Davis. It's a red hot American summer. On Z100. Get up and get going. With the Z-Morning Zoo. Start the day knowing what's new. Wake up in the morning. With the Z-Morning Zoo on Z100.
Scott and Ross are on with Robbie and Rochelle.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another exciting edition of The Young and the Wimpy. When we last left our story, little Larry Boogar, program director of WIMP Radio, was busy filling in for the vacationing court reporter at the Manhattan Criminal Courts Building.
This certainly is be exciting for the Larry Booger, being in a real court of law here, being the court reporter for the WIMP.
It's the Morning Zoo Reunion.
107.1 The Boss.
Wawa Rechargers are energy drinks for everyday doers, for the collectors of seashells and the hikers of mountain trails. You're swinging into summer one hammock at a time and not afraid to take it to the next level. You're out there every day, waking up and doing stuff, and that takes energy. So whether you're biking or barbecuing, Wawa's new rechargers have customizable energy to help you power through the day ahead. Get energy for every day with new Wawa Rechargers. Gotta have a Wawa. This summer, they are coming back.
You know where you are?
For you.
You're in the jungle, baby.
Guns N' Roses, live. North America 2023. Special guest, The Pretenders.
Back on the chain gang.
August 15th, MetLife Stadium. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Finally, back in North America. Don't miss Guns N' Roses.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried new Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Monmouth Park is the place to be for delicious eats, treats, and of course, thrilling live racing. Don't miss what's coming up this month at Monmouth Park. Get ready to bring your appetite because the Italian Festival and wine tasting makes its way to Monmouth Park July 29th and 30th. Presented by 107.1 The Boss. Visit MonmouthPark.com for more info on other great events happening all month at Monmouth Park Racetrack. That's MonmouthPark.com.
I was just at Wawa, and I think I experienced a panini paradox.
A panini paradox?
Yeah, you see, clearly the bacon mac and cheese with its crispy bacon and toasty bread is the most delicious panini on the menu.
Obviously.
But then, so is the Southwest Chipotle chicken panini with its melty cheese and crunchy bread.
Panini paradox!
Try a breakfast or lunch panini today and see for yourself. Only at Wawa.
Hi, we're Robbie and Rochelle in the morning from the 107.1 The Boss Studios, powered by Jenkinson's Boardwalk.
Celebrating 95 years of family and fun.
From Press Communications, 107.1 The Boss and 99.7 WWZY Long Branch, WBHX Tuckerton.
107.1 The Boss. Scott and Ross, John and Claire.
Yeah.
Talking and rocking, getting in your head.
Won't need that one next week.
Get up New York with the Z Morning Zoo.
Electric Avenue. Oh yeah. Rock it in the daytime. Electric Avenue. Rock it in the night. Take it higher. Electric Avenue. Rock it in Miami.
It's the Morning Zoo 40th Anniversary Reunion Spectacular on 107.1 The Boss.
Transmitting from the top of the Empire State Building, Z100. I don't have the same voice as the guy that used to do that. You know what I mean? But that was one of the catchphrases. When we did Z100 and the Morning Zoo, we almost had like a private language. We referred to different things. Remember, Ross, we talked about that before. Like people would catch on to whatever we would say on the radio.
Yeah.
And they would call in. It was a special kind of a lingo, so to speak. Like it was a private club, and that's the things that we used to say.
We used to make up the stuff.
Yeah.
And then people would go along with it.
One of the most popular DJs that worked on that radio station back in the 80s was a fella that we called The Shadow. He came rolling in from Chicago and took over afternoons and quickly became the #1 most listened to afternoon radio DJ in the USA. I'm talking about Shadow. Morning, buddy.
Hey, baby.
Tell you what, it was some fun times, wasn't it?
Oh man, it was an absolute blast. I couldn't. It was the best time of my life.
It was really unusual because it was a small group of people. Most radio stations could afford several different people. We had a guy who was our promotion director, Kenny Lane, who also was the driver for the music director. Everybody did 2 or 3 different jobs back then. You included. You were the assistant PD back then, and you kind of kept all the D. Great.
I tried my best, yeah.
That was not an easy job with people like Jack the Whack and Hollywood scam boy Hamilton.
Oh, man.
And we had 2 features every Friday, and one was the weekend blast-off when we celebrated on the morning show, and then in the afternoon, Shadow would blow the 5 o'clock whistle. So I thought it might be nice to get you on the radio today and see if you could duplicate one of those performances. Would that be okay with you?
I would be happy to.
You're still capable of doing that, I assume.
I don't think I'll break or tear anything if I give it a try.
Let's do it. Shadow Steel on the official Union.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the one and only official Z100 Friday 5 o'clock whistle? Yeah, baby. Come on, crank that puppy up and let's do it. I don't want to work. I don't want to play. I want to bang on the drum all day and kick it off.
Right. The Shadow.
Shadow.
Woo!
I don't need no toy. I took a stick and
I turned my radio on the other day. What? You know, the box with a dial on it that plays the music. Oh yeah, we know. I listened to Z100. They're number one. Really? They really blew the wimp away. Whippy, 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 whippy. Larry Booger.
My name is Larry Booger and I don't know what to do. They always stupid with me on the Z42.
WIMP, our old friend. The radio ratings are out again. And like before, you came in last. Z100 kicked your behind. We've got something you should see. Back at our place, come with me. We've got some brand new furnishings. The WIMP ding-a-lings.
95 dead baboons sitting in our living room.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another exciting edition of The Young and the Wimpy. When we last left our story, little Larry Booger, program director of WIMP Radio, was busy filling in for the vacationing court reporter at the Manhattan Criminal Courts Building.
This certainly is be exciting for the Larry Booger, being in a real court of law here, being the court reporter for the WIMP Wimpy Radio 95. Let me get a little seat here for the court to start.
All right. First case. Please, ma'am. You look a little pregnant there. What's the problem?
Yes, my husband is away on military duty for the last 7 months, and I'm pregnant.
If your husband's been away, how in the world did you get pregnant?
Well, Your Honor, my house is haunted. A ghost did it.
You mean to tell me that you had sexual relations with a ghost and he made you pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor, that's right. You've got it.
I find that extremely preposterous and what's more difficult to believe. As a matter of fact, is there anyone in this entire courtroom that's ever had sex with a ghost?
No, not me.
Hold on a minute, I have. How about me, the Larry Booger? I've done that same thing.
You've had sex with a ghost?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Well, approach the bench, sir. Now, where did this happen?
It happened behind the WIMP radio station where I work at.
Now, wait a minute here, young lad. You mean to tell me you were behind the radio station and you had sex with a ghost?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I thought you said a goat.
Tune in next time for another edition of The Young and the Wimpy, when we hear Larry Booger say,
I thought it was a pretty good-looking goat.
The Morning Zoo reunion is on.
Oh my God, I'm shocked and surprised and aroused.
107.1 The Boss.
What a great morning it's been. I want to thank all the staff and management of the radio station, The Boss, for letting us hang out here. Ross, great job from you today. Thank you for being the sidekick and the partner you were.
Ross Britton, thank you for all these years.
Thanks to Robbie and Rochelle for allowing us to broadcast on this particular day.
Anytime.
And thanks to all the ZJs and the people behind the scenes that help make Z100 one of the most successful radio stations ever to sign on the air. It was a fun ride, wouldn't you say, Ross?
Yeah.
Hope we brought back some fond memories of your time with that station and that time back in 1983. It was a special time in radio for me and all the people who worked there. And I want to thank everyone who ever listened to the radio station and supported us. Back to regular programming on 107.1 The Boss now.
Now, hang on a second. A round of applause for Raymond Jammin' Michael Scott Shannon.
Yes.
Programmer of the century.
Oh, yeah.
Love you, Scott.
Thank you so much for listening to us this morning, and bye,
Buckaroos.
107.1 The Boss.
Here's what's trending on Robbie and Rochelle in the morning.
9:12. Good morning. I'm Diane de Oliveira. It's day 2 of the heat wave at the Jersey Shore, and Nor'easternick says today will be the hottest day of the year with temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 90s.
It's not really the heat that gets us, it's the humidity, all right? The dew points are going to be in the mid and upper 70s, and that means it's actually going to feel like it's 105 to 110 degrees out there.
The mercury will hit 90 or higher again on Saturday, but we will get some relief on Sunday. Nor'easter Nick's complete forecast coming up. An Ocean County woman has been arrested for allegedly posing as a doctor at Shore Medical Associates in Toms River using a relative's medical license. Prosecutors say 62-year-old Maria McBurney of Toms River forged prescriptions and submitted insurance claims and bills during time periods when Dr. Faye Almazan-Condit was unable to see and treat patients. 2 motorcyclists killed in a multi-vehicle crash on Route 18 in Marlboro Monday night have been identified by authorities as 18-year-old Kashawn Cross of Hazlitt and 22-year-old Gregory Tudd of Keensburg. Monmouth County prosecutors still haven't released details of the accident, and we're seeking witnesses. Former President Donald Trump is facing an additional count of willful retention of national defense information involving the investigation into his handling of classified documents after leaving office. A Trump aide and a maintenance worker also face charges in the case by special counsel Jack Smith. Retired co-founding member of the Eagles, Randy Meisner, died Wednesday night in L.A. from complications from the lung disease COPD. The bassist was 77. And despite a lack of demand for gas, pump prices jumped again from a week ago. According to AAA, the average for a gallon of regular today is $3.73, 8 cents higher than in New Jersey. Industry experts speculate the heat wave is keeping people off the road. I'm Diane de Oliveira, and our next update at noon, a Monmouth County man is sentenced for videotaping sexual assaults of a minor. I'll have details.
Diane, thanks so much for hanging out through our craziness today. Have a great weekend. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Jersey traffic and weather together on Robbie and Rochelle in the morning.
Still doing well as you head northbound on the Garden State Parkway, coming away from really LBI all the way on up through the Driscoll Bridge and then further north into Union County. A little bit of a delay up around 135, 136, 137. But once you get away from that, you're doing very, very well. Route 18 easing a little bit, getting up through Old Bridge Turnpike. Not much of a problem on 33, 34, 35. All of those in good shape. New Jersey Transit on the corridor and the coastline are running right on or close to schedule, as are all the buses with both Jersey Transit and Academy. I'm Joe Nolan with traffic. 107.1 The Boss.
Hey, good morning, Robbie and Rochelle. It's Friday. I know you're probably pumped up and excited for the weekend, right? But it's hot and humid, and frankly, if you have health conditions, it could be dangerous to be outside for long periods of time because, well, it's going to feel like it's over 105 degrees. Stay hydrated. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms are possible. Some could be on the strong to severe side. Downpour is the primary concern. We'll do it again tomorrow afternoon. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, feeling much better, backing off into the lower 80s. I'm Nor'easter Nick at 107.1 The Boss.
Thanks, Nick. 9:15, 84 degrees already here at Boss HQ. Well, that was pretty great, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Let's hear it again for Scott and the rest of the original
Yes.
Z-Morning Zoo crew. Claire, John, Mr. Leonard, the Shadow. Wow. Joe, did I make it through this okay? Are we doing all right?
You're still standing.
Oh, my gosh, that was crazy.
Barely.
Ross, how you feeling? You doing okay?
I'm doing fine. It was fun.
He hates all the mushy stuff, but I got to tell you, I mean, it's just such a tremendous honor. I mean, it's really true. Absolutely nobody, well, except for Rochelle, because she's super talented and pretty and everything. But all us goons over here, none of us. This is really true. None of us would have a career without Scott. I mean, yeah, Ross and Joe had stuff, and I worked places, but then you work with Scott, and he just kind of, he just breaks you and makes you better than you ever knew you could possibly be, and your career just goes places you never imagined it could, and that's what he does.
Yeah, but I was on PLJ with him for all those years, and then I wasn't, and then he came to CBS FM. I was already on CBS FM when he came there, and I remember I looked over at Dave Stewart that morning, and I said, well, I guess it's time to go back to work. Because, like you said, every day, every shift, every report, got to be the best. You can't have a day off. There's no days off.
Yeah. Well, you guys, we all joke around and have a good time, and you've really, you've embraced me. But I got to tell you, and I said this to Rochelle, we were having dinner last night. You know the dinner right, the 66 sushi last night? I looked around and I said, I got to tell you, this is like all my childhood heroes are coming basically for free to do a show on our little radio station. I mean, I was 8 years old. I opened a present on Christmas morning. I got California Air Check, and my parents are buying me tapes of DJs because I'm like, I want to learn how to be good like them. And it's got Kid Kelly and Ross Britton and Joe Nolan and the PLJ Morning Show. And I mean, I'm almost filled up here because it's just amazing that you guys are here. So thank you for everything, and thank you for helping make this little baby. I mean, listen, we read every single day about how these big companies are ruining radio, and you guys are here, and we're trying very hard with this teeny little radio station to try and keep radio great, and it matters to me, and maybe it don't matter to anybody else, but it just, thank you guys for being a part of whatever we're doing here for however long we get to do it. I love each and every one of you. I really do. You are my brothers. And now we got a special treat here.
Uh-oh.
Kidster, come up to the microphone here. This guy, I mean, listen, talk about, Scott is a whole different deal, and I'm forever grateful to Scott. But I don't know if I would have gotten to Scott if it weren't for this guy. Kid, is this not true? I'm, 12 years, get on this mic over here, this one over here. No, over here. Right. I'm 13 years old, and I would call Kid, and I said things about John Bell being nice and, being kind. Talk about this guy. Took the time out of his day. He's a big executive. He drives a Porsche. He's got all these girls that like him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Drive a Porsche.
He's a big Hall of Famer. He's a big star.
Picks up the phone, and he's like, so Robbie, what do you want? What do you want? He's like, I want to work at Z100. I want to be part of this thing. I'm reading about it. My dad would bring me to the library, and I'd read magazines about what's going on in radio. And Kid's like, well, do this. And he kept taking my call, and then one day he's like, yeah, drive to New Jersey. We'll get some pancakes. And it's been a running joke with he and I for more than 20 years that we'd have pancakes together. And he's the one. He said, listen, I'm going to get you to Z100. And he did. And listen, I wouldn't have gotten to Scott or been friends with Ross or these people that I can't believe they know who I am and who we are, Robbie and Rochelle. Like, I can't believe Kid Kelly was at our wedding because this is this guy that I admired. And he really opened the door by bringing me at 19 years old when I was not good enough to New York City. And everything that's happened after that has really been because you introduced me to these people. I mean, I love Scott, and I'm grateful for Scott, but I wouldn't have gotten to him if it weren't for you. So I'm going to stop getting all mushy here, but I love you. Thank you.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, really.
I was like, what? Now I'm speechless. Thank you so much.
Listen, there's a lot.
I don't deserve this.
How many times you watch the news and you see some horrible story and people drop dead, right? I figure that I need to tell the people that I care about how special they are.
So a couple of things. Yes. First of all, Scott still owes me that call. Scott, hello, anybody listening?
Did you like how he was walking away from that? He just didn't want to acknowledge it? Yeah, no.
And by the way, Ross, the reason why I wanted Scott to call before I don't know what to say for everything you just said.
That's fine, move on.
In the back of my mind, I'm going to be thinking, and I'm going to hide that by diverting to say something else.
Good, talk to Ross. Okay, fine.
So first of all, if it wasn't for Ross and Scott, there wouldn't have been a Kid. I said arguably, but there wouldn't have been. So there wouldn't have been a me. Because that radio station and Ross and Scott, first of all, when it comes to comedy, I picked up a lot of stuff from Ross. And no, I really did, because I remember the comment about you having to tune your IQ down.
Well, yeah.
but because you were still are so smart. So I learned how to write and edit.
Right.
Looking at your stuff and listening to you.
You would come in early and sit in while Dave Colin and I were working.
Sure.
And stuff.
Yes. I learned a lot I wish Scott was still on the call. I learned a lot of the programming style that you, Robbie, looked at me and kind of perhaps appreciated or perhaps was inspiring.
Absolutely.
But I picked that up from him programming and a lot of on-air focus and stuff from Ross.
Yeah.
I thought that radio station was the norm. I had no idea that was. I mean, I knew it was special because it was like you're trying to get to it's the Wizard of Oz, and you're trying to get to Emerald City.
Sure.
And it's like we're closed, but this day it was open. And
that's a good way to put it, isn't it?
Oh yeah. You go and you get there and you go. I thought like my last job was okay. I did okay. I made $32,000 a year. Look at me. Woo!
Listen, that's big money here at the boss, right?
Nothing wrong with that. And I remember getting a call. How much do you make there? Because I didn't, by the way, when I got the offer to come,
right,
I didn't believe it at first. A whole other story. I don't want to bore everybody listening to the boss, but it was such an unbelievable experience there. True story. Scott yelled in a nice way, in a Scott way.
What the hell are you doing, my radio
talking about there?
What are you doing?
Yeah. So I was doing an appearance. They used to send the jocks out around the city and stuff. And, you'd get paid to go places and hang out and have fun.
Sure.
And, a lot of money. So, I didn't turn any of it down. But I remember I went to one place and I was sent there because it was the end of the year in a town car.
Okay.
That's like a regular nice car.
Sure.
And I just happened to, it was holiday season, so I took the car.
Right.
And then went holiday shopping afterward because, as Ross will attest, he was there 18 hours a day, by the way.
Right.
That was the norm because we all loved it.
Yeah.
We didn't want it. It's like, I got to be here 18 hours. It was like 18 hours already. I guess I got to go home. So it was like that. It was so, what you said earlier was, you were made better. And by the way, because you wanted to be better, because it was surrounded by you and obviously Scott and all the other people there.
There were great people
I said to myself, what the heck am I doing here? I'm some dude from Buffalo. Well, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, but I was like, I'm coming from Buffalo. You guys, I grew up listening to you on WABC.
Oh, God.
Congratulations, they're back in the ratings again.
He had nothing to do with this. Yeah.
Well, okay.
No, I mean the ratings now. I thought you were talking about their ratings
no,
now.
but when he was there,
when
they
had
had ratings.
Yeah, wow.
Back in the day.
I'm sorry.
When he was there, they had ratings.
I thought
they didn't for a long time, and now.
Yeah.
But they're doing stuff that you used to do. There.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about Cousin Brucey. I'm sorry. Oh, this is nice. Oh. He hates me, by the way, but that
Cousin Brucey?
Yeah, we should discuss
No,
that.
he loves.
No, he
loves
hates
everybody.
Me. No, Brucey hates me.
We'll get him on the phone.
Can I also mention, so Kid, after Scott left a couple of years later, became the big boss. You were the operations manager there at the radio station.
But I picked up from Scott, how to see talent in people, and it wasn't necessarily what they teach you in school.
Sure.
You can be super high IQ, but if you have a super IQ and you don't have some crazy determination to compete, and this is the most important part, with yourself, to be a better self, you couldn't survive in that place, and back then under Scott's watch. And it was the most amazing back of my neck, and I never get to say this to Scott, which is why I want him to call. Because I have memorabilia that I took when, Robbie, you mentioned I was in a position there where I had the keys to the place. I'm like, how about give me the keys to this place? Like, what? Okay. Like 10 years later when you and I met, I'm like, huh? So I had the stuff, and when they moved from Secaucus, New Jersey, a.k.a. the swamp, the building was sinking, and we moved, I had the keys to all the artifacts.
Wow.
So one morning I called Scott and Frank and said, come on over real quick on Sunday morning. We're going to make a change, blah, blah, blah. So I had the keys. I said, come to the candy stop, and remember, come to the candy store. And remember in the back room where Marty Wall's department was, there was that secret door with a cage around, like a fence around it.
Right, the promotions department.
Yes, but there was a cage. They would call it get your CDs or whatever the stuff for the audience, the stuff that they give away. Yeah. It would be in the cage. But as you know, in the cage there was a secret back door.
Yeah,
and that's where all the archives were. So when I was there, the new company didn't want any of the archives. I'm like, you're kidding me.
So you got them all?
They were throwing them away.
Wow, unbelievable.
So I literally I literally hired a pickup truck and took everything and put it in my garage and attic in Teaneck, New Jersey, where it stayed for 2 decades.
Wow.
And then I moved to Florida, and I have all these artifacts, including the original walls with Simply Red on them. And I have all this pancake stuff. And Ross, please, I have so many artifacts and so many things, and I want to tell Scott, take them.
No, I'll take. Wait, Rochelle is going to be in Florida this weekend. Could you pick up a mic flag or something?
I don't have a mic flag, but if you want the walls back,
yeah, right.
And I have all this stuff, so that's why another reason why I keep calling. And by the way, I know you folks like to golf, and I live on a golf course. That sounds so weird to me because I don't golf. And they're like, how do I get to live on a golf course here? I don't get it. Is there such a thing as guardian angels? Anyway, I'm like, and I know, so I'm like, hey, come take some artifacts, and here's a studio. You could use it if you need, in case yours goes down. And I can't get him to call me back.
Oh, boy.
So, even though he says such nice things, he doesn't want to hear nice things.
Yeah.
He gets uncomfortable when you want to give him compliments.
Maybe you need to give him golf balls.
Yeah.
You said golf balls, gotcha. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, I'm talking too much.
No, you're not talking too much.
Play a song?
I'm going to play a song in a second.
Yeah.
Let me just ping one more thing. I just want to say one more thing because there's a lot of lead up. I just feel like we need to address these things before we wrap up officially, maybe in like 5 minutes, right? There's a lot of lead up to this. There's radio boards and there's trade publications and even local news that have covered this. And you know what? The biggest thing people said is, why are they doing this on the Boss station? I mean, yeah, I guess they cover parts of the city and parts of the area, but they're not. Why isn't Z100 doing it? It's because the Z100 that we're all talking about and remembering and all of this, it's gone. I mean, it doesn't exist anymore. Even the Z100 that Kid ran when I got to catch the little bit of it, I mean, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? And today, they don't care. I mean, they're not, these big companies don't care about the history. They don't care about we've gotten so many messages from people saying that Z100, the Z Morning Zoo, all the people, it was like a living, breathing animal. And that, again, that's what I was trying to say to Nolan before, is we're trying to the degree that we can to be that for the people that are still in love with radio. And they're still out there. And I think the people that run whatever Z100 is now, it does exist, but it's not Z100 anymore. You know?
And Scott gave me a gift, and that's how I was able to identify and recognize you. First of all, anybody in my mind who's is geeky about wanting to get into this, what's left of this business, but back then it actually was a fun place to work. Yeah. It was, for I don't know, between 83 to 92, 91. Like the 83 started, so number one in 84. So from 84 to like that 6 or 7 years was just an amazing, like, how did they, I was like, wait a minute. Scott and Ross, Susan Lee Taylor, Magic Matt, Jack the Whack, Kid Kelly? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, they're going to find out that I'm a fake. I better work really hard. But what I picked up from Scott was, he would find people who had this drive.
The ability, too.
Yeah, but also, like, how the drive, the ability, but also, how do I say this? They were normal as well. Right. There's a lot of not normal people in this. A lot, if it's a narcissist or an egomaniac, it's a good day. If it's a narcissist and an egomaniac and a psychopath,
he's an angry man, Ross. He's an angry man.
I'm going to therapy for this, by the way.
Yeah. Aren't we all?
If it's a psychopath, an egomaniac, or a narcissist, it's like, all right, I can deal with it. But some days you get the psychopath, the sociopath, the egomaniac, and the narcissist. It's like, you know what? I just got to go home and get out of this.
Yeah. There you go.
So that goes back to what you were saying about the evil companies running stuff. They just don't.
They don't get it.
So Scott taught me how to find folks. And when you were like literally a kid,
14, I think, 13, maybe.
and I recognized me the way I'm sure Scott has recognized many people in him. Like he just says, oh, this person really wants to do this and he wants to help.
Sure.
And I think I picked that up from Scott from that level. And I also think I picked up the crazy programming stuff from Scott as well, because I thought that was the norm.
Yeah.
I thought that, programmer of the century is probably not strong enough, for what was done there against all odds. 1984 Phil Collins movie reference. Against all odds, what you did, when people were like, this thing's never going to work and it's in the swamps, and you're coming from WABC, which was then owned by ABC, which meant something back then. American Broadcast now. I don't know. But it was like,
now they sue governors of Florida.
And that was probably the biggest radio station in the format at the time.
Sure.
And you were like, and you went and took this risk with your life, as Scott did, and you all went there, and you weren't the traditional buttoned-up suits, no pun intended.
Right.
It was not a suit experience. It was like the inmates were running the prison, and it was like, and I thought that was normal.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I got fired from 37 out of the 40 jobs that I've had, because I still try to maintain that.
And we're back.
Well, we're gonna try our best to keep that alive as long as they let us here. I don't know how long this little party is going to last here at this radio station, but we're having a hell of a lot of fun, and we thank you so much for listening. It is now 9:30 on the east coast of the USA, so I think we put our wraps on it. Thanks again to everybody for making this possible. Thank you to seriously, he drives me crazy, but the guy that owns this place, Bob McAllen, still believes in live local radio, still believes that people make the difference. So thank you, Press Communications, for being the company you are, letting this happen. And kid, I'm going to end on this note. You mind if I have the last word? It is my show.
It is your show, and Rochelle's.
Well, here's the last thing I'm going to say, is all of us are a bunch of nerds that would be in our bedrooms listening to radio and stuff. And Rochelle came into this business a little bit later in life after having had other careers and stuff. And she just is so good. And so immediately, because people say, oh, she's your wife, right? But but she's also great and fits in with all of these guys that have been around and women who've been around for a long time. So she's like one of the boys and just knew how to do this because she's just got that somehow inside her. So I'm so glad that we get to do all this together, And
you're smooth too. Super smooth.
I think so,
That's super smooth.
Either that or she's a psychiatrist and she understands.
Well, there's something like that.
All right, a psychiatrist.
Can you I got a 28-second talk up. Can you do it? Can you talk about something? Here,
I don't know.
Here we go. Here, look, I got a format sheet.
I have a little something in my notes wise.
I got a 29-second intro. Tell me when you're ready.
Let me see if I have something in my notes here that would probably mean nothing to all the audience, but might make a few DJs get excited.
Can you do it in 29 seconds?
I think.
All right, watch this.
All right.
Kid Kelly. 107.1 The Boss.
Well, hello to you and you and you. It is me, your KID. I am the original Kid Kelly, your Brooklyn-born homie Scromy on the mic and the boss. Hey, thanks for listening, you. Hope you enjoyed the Zeus 40th anniversary reunion on the boss. Well, I could also be Kid Kelly, half dog, half canine. I'm my own best friend.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean?
Robbie and Rochelle.
It certainly doesn't have the ethical content that I think it should have.
In the morning, 107.1 The Boss.
107.1 The Boss Jersey Classic Concert Connection presents The Pretenders at the legendary Stone Pony, August 29th. The Pretenders, live. Back on the chain gang. And only The Boss gets you in with free tickets. Just listen to win. The Pretenders at the Pony. It's gotta be 107.1 The Boss.
This summer, they are coming back.
You know where you are?
For you.
You're in the jungle, baby.
Guns N' Roses, live. North America 2023. Special guest, The Pretenders.
Back on the chain gang.
August 15th, MetLife Stadium. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Finally, back in North America. Don't miss Guns N' Roses.
The summer sale is going on now at Nissan City in Springfield and Red Bank. Choose from a huge selection of the most in-demand Nissans with no extra fees ever. NJNissan.com. Family-owned and operated Nissan City in Springfield and Red Bank is better than other dealerships. Our owner tells us why.
We have no fees ever. We're transparent with our prices, efficient with our processes, and give you all the respect you deserve every time.
Visit NJNissan.com. NJNissan.com.
Who doesn't like a good time? Everyone loves a good time. That's why Night and Day magazine is your go-to for good times in Monmouth and Ocean counties. Grab a free copy at one of their 300 locations and be in the know on local dining, nightlife, day trips, music, health, shopping, and more. So the next time you're in the mood for a good time at the Jersey Shore, pick up the latest copy of Night and Day magazine and let the good times roll. Night and Day magazine is free to pick up or read online at ndmag.com. That's ndmag.com.
When you say you're a morning person, what you really mean is you're a Mickey D's breakfast person. The biscuits, the McGriddles, the McMuffin. I mean, why else would you be up and talking to people at this hour? Yes, it does help that they know your order at the drive-thru.
Right now, mix and match two of your breakfast favorites for $6. Choose a sausage McMuffin with egg or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles and more. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any of the offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Here's what you can win all this week on 107.1 The Boss. Every weekday morning, Robbie and Rochelle have your shot at winning a pair of tickets to see the Eagles at the Prudential Center in Newark on September 17th. Then Michelle Amabile has your chance to win a pair of tickets to 107.1 The Boss presents The Pretenders at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park on August 29th. In the afternoon, Van Dusen has your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Nickelback at the PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale on August 31st. And just by logging on to 107.1theboss.com, you could win $100 New Jersey Lottery scratch-offs. New Jersey Lottery. Anything happen in Jersey. And brighten up your workday with the delicious delivery from Chocolate Carousel and Wall. It's our way of saying thanks for listening to 107.1 The Boss. You can win a Nest thermostat to make a difference in your home, courtesy of our Make a Difference Mondays, sponsored by New Jersey Natural Gas.
Robbie and Rochelle, 107.1 The Boss. Everything you can, and don't you worry what they tell themselves. yourself off, yeah. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just do your best. Do everything you can. And don't you worry what their bitter hearts are gonna say. It just takes some time, little girl. You're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. It just takes some time, little girl. You're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright.
9:43, 17 away from 10. Robbie and Rochelle in the morning. 107.1 The Boss and 99.7 FM. And the free Boss app, 107.1theboss.com. Or, by the way, maybe the biggest question we're now getting is now that the Zoo reunion is over.
Yes.
I missed it. Can I hear it again? Yes, we will have the on-demand audio on the podcast section, Robbie, Rochelle in the morning page, 107.1theboss.com, which then populates wherever you get your podcasts as soon as possible. So
Yes.
we'll get that up. So certainly before the end of the weekend. We'll get that all edited and up there and get the commercials and all that stuff out. So.
I'm also going to make every attempt to get the Zoom up there as well.
Oh, did we tape the Zoom?
I taped the
oh,
Zoom.
Boy.
I'm going to have to edit it, though, because we released some people's phone numbers. Don't want to put that on the Zoom.
Hi, this is the Shadow. Hi, this is Barbara from Red Bank. All right.
Yes.
What a day. So, yes, the on-demand audio will be up 107.1theboss.com soon. This is not the day that I should have done this, but I got to tell you, I am just feeling salty. Like I wonder what my sodium content is. People check their blood sugar. I feel like I need to check my sodium level today.
Probably.
And why is that?
Well, you were the first person I wanted to tell. Because last night I did what's called all-you-can-eat sushi in Old Bridge.
Oh, God.
And I banged 11 rolls, which, if you're counting...
What?
11 rolls, which is 66 pieces of sushi.
And you're proud of that?
I don't know if I'm proud of it or not, but I got to tell you, as we're walking out of the place, first thing I say is, I can't wait to tell Nolan. What's he going to think of this? That's a lot of sushi.
And he did. We got in the car, he sat down, and the first thing he did was text you.
I saw it. I saw it.
And what does he say? Great.
Great. But I didn't know. I didn't really understand what you were saying. And then I thought you were saying it was free sushi at 11 or something. That's because that's when I read the text. That's what it looked like to me, that you were saying there's free sushi at 11. And I'm like, I'm going to be on the boardwalk eating a sausage sandwich at 11.
Oh, that makes sense.
So this means he was drunk last night because he didn't understand what.
No,
basic English.
Actually, I'm starting to shake. I haven't had any alcohol since last weekend.
Oh, we can fix that right now. Come on down to the office.
Just head to the office.
But there's a place, $30, all you can eat sushi. And I'm like, this is great because I feel like sushi. You go to the supermarket, pick up a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we'll go there. We'll do the sushi. Well, the guy brings out the first dish. You can only do 2 at a time because what they don't want you to do is sharing plates. They don't want you to bring it home. They got a whole plan for exactly. There's all these conditions on how you're getting.
Well, it's a buffet. Yeah.
You're all you can eat. Well, it's not a buffet. They serve it at the table, but you can only get 2 rolls at a time. And so I said to the guy, well, can I get 3? I said, look at me. Come on. I'm going to eat it. And he goes, all right, I'll give you 3. 45 minutes goes by between him bringing it and then coming back to get another order.
All right.
And so I think this is part of his master plan to try and trip me up. I sat there for 4 hours. And I'm like, I am eating.
4 hours.
That's right. 4 hours. I'm going to sit here until I get my money's worth. 66 individual pieces of sushi.
It was great.
I got salmon coming out my eardrums this morning.
Real funny.
I think you're the only one who thinks you're funny.
Robbie and Rochelle in the morning.
107.1 The Boss.
Well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body. I know not everybody has got a body like you, but I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. And I know all the games you play because I play them too. Oh, but I need some time off from that emotion. Time to pick my heart up off the floor. Oh, when that love comes down with a devotion, what it takes is strong, man, baby, but I'm showing you the door. 'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Because I got to have faith. I got to have faith, the faith. Baby, I know you're asking me to stay. Say please, please, please don't go away. You say I'm giving you the blues. Maybe you mean every word you say. I can't help but think of yesterday and right back on the floor. Oh, baby, I reconsider. My foolish notion. Well, I need someone to hold me, but I wait for something more. Yes, I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Because I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Because I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith.
I told you we should make this a new segment. Dolan sings karaoke.
Yes. It's a good idea.
Every time I turn the microphones on, I catch him singing.
Yeah.
9:48, Robbie and Rochelle in the morning. 107.1, The Boss.
Let's not say we did.
No. Listen, let's tease what's coming up Monday. Monday will be a big show. He always complains that I don't promo this, so I will. 7:45 Monday, Joe. It's Yacht Rock Monday.
Oh,
what do you guys? Isn't that a great bit? Yacht Rock Monday. He hates it.
I don't hate it, but we just stopped the whole show for 3 minutes. We played Starbuck this week.
So
was that necessary?
It feels right.
That's right.
It has marimba.
See, and it has the marimba in it.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds.
It's a ding, 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 but
it's like a xylophone, but deeper.
What did we do the week before that? The Vince Gill song? That was good. I like that.
I forget.
With Pure Prairie League?
Oh, Pure Prairie League was Love Me Tonight.
Yeah. So do we have a tease as to what's coming up Monday morning at 7:45?
I haven't even thought about it until just
Yacht Rock Monday, coming Monday. You know what? Ross will do Dead Guy in the Envelope. You up for it?
Yeah, I can never get it.
He gets so frustrated with Dead Guy in the Envelope.
I hate it.
We got it in 3 minutes today. Yes.
This Monday was... I kind of ruined it, though. I got it too fast. I'm sorry.
We'll be checking in with Rochelle, who will be...
He's still upset about that.
I
furious.
Can see that.
That's the first thing Ross says when I come in. I go, they ruined Dead Guy in the Envelope the other day. Rochelle is doing some traveling. She'll be in Florida. She'll be doing the show from Florida on Monday, or at least parts of the show. So we'll check in live reports from the Sunshine State. So that'll be fun.
Be on the beach.
Maybe we should be from Publix.
Yes.
Live remote from Publix.
We should. Oh, my gosh.
You got to get me a key lime pie.
I got to bring it back on the plane.
Yeah, just bring it back on the plane. Don't worry about it. Jam it in your bag. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Oh, you know what? You want to have a quick meeting on the air? This is true.
Sure.
We've been working on this. We got the promotions director from SeaWorld, Orlando, interested in having the show come down. She's gonna try and set up a little meet and greet over there and then get us to all go down in the fall. Huh?
At SeaWorld. Huh?
Yes.
Never been to SeaWorld.
Right?
I know.
Apparently, they're a little more friendly than Bob Iger and all those people. So so we might do the SeaWorld. So Rochelle's working on that during her business trip.
Live from Shamu's tank.
There you go.
It'll be
Ross, are we going to do this?
There's a lot of stuff we can do right there.
We're going to do the He Said, She Said on Monday, too, right?
Okay.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do the Fast Five birthdays. I think we've got Guns N' Roses tickets to give away.
Oh,
so that'll be pretty
exciting.
good. And, of course, the Secret Celebrity. So big Monday show is on the way. Don't forget the Saturday one tomorrow at 6 o'clock. What am I forgetting? I feel like we're forgetting something. What else we got coming up here? Was I supposed to mention something? Oh, that's right. I had the story about Aaron Rodgers I wanted to mention before we go. Nolan, did you see this?
Oh, yeah.
He's taking a $35 million pay cut over 2 seasons before this season even begins.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What is the reason for that?
He gets frees up cap room.
Oh, okay.
So he can get another great player.
That's pretty smart.
And they're looking at the running back from Minnesota.
So there is purpose there for the pay cut.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't do it. They told me I could have another DJ. I wouldn't do it.
Well, you know what, though? Well, never mind. But he has been... so far, a great Jet. He's been, all the people saying he's going to be a jerk, he's going to be this, he's going to be that, he's arrogant, he's all these different things, and he's been great. He has been great.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, he's the guy they're trying to get.
All right.
Okay.
I was just curious what your opinion was on
the Minnesota Vikings.
How many days till opening day?
Thursday. Opening day?
Yeah.
Opening day is
When's your first
Monday,
game?
is September 11th. Monday, September 11th.
We're coming down to it. That's only, 6 weeks away? It's crazy how that happens. But.
The Hall of Fame game is Thursday night.
Wow.
It's exciting.
The New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns.
There he is, the stadium announcer for your New York Jets at MetLife Stadium.
And you know what else is neat about that?
Yeah.
Which nobody cares about, but that was the first Monday night game. Joe Namath and the Jets played the Cleveland Browns.
Broadway Joe.
And Cleveland Browns killed them.
Yeah.
Blew them out. The first Monday night game. Back in whatever year it was.
There you go.
Well, it should be very exciting then.
Yeah.
I love football, so I'm excited football season's starting.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
It is. It's fun.
And Rutgers just got a whole bunch of kids through the portal, too, so they might be good, too. They're going to be okay. They're going to be better. They're going to be better than they've been.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
And the games are always fun. And that's the point.
But the problem that Rutgers and everybody else in the Big Ten has is that you got to play Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Penn State.
Well,
that's always a problem.
I'd like to say I'm sorry for that, but we all know that I'm a Michigan fan.
Yeah. So, it'll be fun.
We'll do the game again.
Yeah, if you don't leave at halftime.
Well, that's, if I'm
you
there.
You get no tickets from me this year if you don't commit to staying the whole game.
Well, Rochelle can go. I don't need that.
I'll go with you.
I can't stay all night.
Well, I'm not giving them to you.
Honestly, after the game last year, I don't know that he wants to go with me again because I don't know that he's ever seen that side of me.
What's this? Fighting with fans behind her in the stands. It was ridiculous.
I'm a little bit competitive.
Well, that's okay. That's fine.
Your daughter-in-law literally ran away when she started hooting and hollering.
Okay. But
she was frightened.
But the tailgate. College football is so much fun.
It is.
It really is.
A lot of fun.
Just the tailgating and everything else beforehand, and then the kids are always so excited about the game.
Yeah,
it's always good. Yeah, it's fun.
Hey, is Michelle here? Is she's stuck on one? Oh, she is here.
She is here.
When I don't see her at 9:54, I worried that she's stuck on 195. So I was going to ask you what the traffic was.
She's here.
She's here. Okay, good. She's coming up next 15 minutes. She's playing some classic rock hits. I was doing my Kid Kelly. You see that? Mm-hmm. Queen, Romantics, Bananarama, do a little summer song, all coming up. One more thing to mention. I'll be out on Sunday with Ross on Ross's Sunday show out at Monmouth Park, the Italian Food and Wine Festival.
Well, how about that?
Are you ready for this? And then Sunday night, come see me at the Basie. I'll be introducing Lou Christie, Frankie Avalon, and Fabian, the Golden Boys.
Now, if they show up at Monmouth Park with one of those fancy, tight-fit, and good-looking green shirts,
the neon tees,
they get a.
They're not green; they're neon. Neon tees.
All right, whatever. They get one of them.
Yeah, if they have one already and they wear it, I'll give them an Echo Dot. Or if they get one and then they go to another event, they'll get an Echo Dot.
All right,
that's right. Yeah, neon tees.
Cool.
All right, that's it. Final word from Scott Shannon, who says, "Listen, it went okay. It was very good, but So I think he's okay. I think he's happy.
Is that what he said? It went okay?
You want me to read it exactly so I get this right?
Kind of. I kind of want to hear.
I got to bring it up.
Drum roll.
No, I got so many text messages. I apologize, people. I didn't get to everybody. It says, nice job this morning. Overall, it went great. You can't do those kind of shows and have it be perfect. ... But the listeners loved it.
Well, that's a Scott Shannon compliment.
That is. That's about as good as it's going to get.
Yes.
No, there were about 6 of them.
Well,
but it wasn't in caps.
It wasn't in caps.
It wasn't in caps,
and
so I got that going for me. And there was no commas. There weren't the multiple commas, so I got that going for me.
Yes.
So poor Michelle is still shaking after her air check session with him the other day, but that's a different story for a different time. Enjoy her radio broadcast next. Have a great weekend. Bye. Oh, well, just for the sake of Scott, you want to do it one more time?
Yeah, sure.
And what are we doing? Kiss the week goodbye, or what are we doing?
Bye, Buckaroo. What are you doing?
Here we go. Well, everybody, bye, Buckaroo.